Stage Street 1. Ella leads her squad into Magnet Hill Mill, to investigate the disappearance of Ash and the others. Not only do they find key clues, they also happen to foil a kidnapping.
We've arrived at Magnet Hill No. 2. We've arrived at Magnet Hill No. Doc, how are things over on your side?
Exterior clear. Considering the unique properties of Magnet Hill No. 2. I suggest we meet up.
Agreed. Drone recon report. Ayana. Almost no different from the way we left it. Readings are virtually the same, and there is no sign of activity from any other party. Looks like the quarantine on Magnet Hill No. 2 has been pretty well enforced. Which is to say, there's nobody here. And that's not good news, because we're here to look for the missing Ash squad. Keep your eyes open. We'll proceed to Levi's main lab once we're rendezvous. Here we are.
Are you sure?
This is where Levi's main lab was, according to the map. We were only one step behind Cohen. There weren't rummers then. I don't know if it was that madman Levi, or something wrong with the equipment, but the whole lab disappeared into thin air.
Are you sure?
I'd say that in my expert opinion, it's the most fitting description of the events.
That just doesn't seem possible.
No explosion can wipe out all evidence that a lab ever existed. It wouldn't have left a big hole like this, sending only a few tremors through those outside.
Earthquake? Or is it like you said?
It's not an earthquake. The tremors might well be linked to the disappearance. Find cover and wait for the tremors to pass.
How many floors are there? My legs are starting to scream. Keep going up. We need to reach the Raynell's penthouse. Can't we take the elevator? Why do we have to climb these stairs floor by floor? You think I don't want to? Recon report on the security here indicates that the penthouse is only accessible by these stairs and his own private elevator. There are guards posted by the elevator on every floor. Security is weakest on the stairs, that's where we break through. Guy's just a Kazimirizian who came to make some money, isn't he? It's not like he has anybody backing him up. Why do we have to be so careful just to get him to sign a transfer agreement? He has money. That's all the backing he needs. Keep moving. Quit looking around. I'm completely spent, boss. I'd rather take the lift and fight my way through. Captain, we've almost reached the office. Quiet down.
That letter? I told you, you can open those on your own. No need to ask me.
It says for your eyes only, Raynell.
Where is it from?
Casimir's. Looks like it's from your uncle.
The usual inheritance demand.
One from the Dos Souls municipal government.
A letter from the city? Probably nothing important. Should be another stupid banquet invitation.
Maybe Candela will be there. We could discuss the opening ceremony with her. It's not far off, after all. And you've spent so much time and effort on it. It's probably going to be spectacular.
Come. Stand with me. Mioesi.
A man walks up and stands by the red-haired VU Alpo's side. They admire the artwork at the end of the room, about the height of 2 persons.
I'm naming it the Fall of Order. What do you think?
You want to show it at the opening?
We've always been straight with each other, haven't we?
Is that twisted curve intended to represent the fall?
No, it represents the fleeting gaze of society on man. A dogmatic gaze that considers all that does not conform to be madness. Lines that can only emerge from a post-profound silent Siberia.
The Iberian Inquisition. Certainly a symbol of order. On the right, does that indescribable comb represent the spires of Lethanin?
Imagines Argon and its millennia of wind and sand. The Lord's Emir, the Padi Shah, the Golden City. Fantasizing the exotic is also a construct of internal order. The last gasp of imagination, once broad, now left with nothing but cliché.
Yes. Right, that makes sense.
I pulled all of that directly out of my behind.
Your artistic style has always been unique, from medium to expression. How many golf balls did it take? 1,000.
That's not important. What's important is the last one. Would you do me a favor and put the finishing touch on it? By placing this one on top?
What would happen?
It will be completed, and at that moment...
He sees shadows flash past the bottom gap of the office door. A door is kicked open before he could react. The whole room trembles, causing the teetering sculpture before him to collapse, sending golf balls flying everywhere.
The fault.
Raynell and you, secretary over there. Hands on your heads and get down. No sudden moves.
Who are you?
Doesn't matter. You and your boss are going to come quietly if you know what's good for you. Something is approaching rapidly from above. Must be a particularly big foul beast. the officer thought. He pays no heed to it and points his crossbow at Raynell, the half-collapsed golf ball sculpture standing between them. Then he hears a loud noise from the ceiling, right above what remains of the sculpture. Then another. This time, a large hole appears in the ceiling, along with the sound of broken planks. Several dark shadows fall through the shrapnel-mixed dust onto the floor of Raynell's office, smashing what remained of the sculpture, sending golf balls flying in all directions. The soldier was about to let out an expletive, but it died in his throat. The shadows began to move.
Everybody all right? Just a little scrape.
I'm fine.
Doc?
I'm okay.
Iana gives Doc a hand and sees he is holding a golf ball, which left a round mark on his forehead.
Other than a little knock from a golf ball.
Next question. Anyone know what happened? Other than that, we somehow fell into a pile of golf balls.
Why didn't we go just in through the roof? We wouldn't have had to climb the stairs if we did that. Shut up. Prepare to engage.
Hey, Crossbow. Prepare to engage.
I guess you aren't exactly friends. Did you bring a weapon, MOSC?
Nope.
Well, in that case, you'd better duke it out amongst yourselves to decide who gets to kidnap me. There's only one of me, after all. A drink, MOSC.
I still have to protect you.
Kidnap.
A furry kidnapping party. That's new?
Enough chit-chat. Drop your weapons and get away from Raynell, or we'll shoot.
Well, they're coming for us, kidnappers or not. Find cover. Ayana, Doc. Take the non-combatants and get out of here. Foos and I will cover you.
Oh, sancte halos, and they don't look like black steel either. Do these idiots have a death wish? They just think guns look cool? Ooh, don't let them get away with Raynell.
On your 10, Ayana. Hustle down.
Those guns aren't just for looks. Stand your ground. We have backup. Reserve squad. Quit fooling around and get out here.
Dead to the non-combatants. There are too many of them. Yana and I are suppressed. Reloading.
I'm up. Frag out. Ineffective. Hostiles are blast resistant. Roger. Foos. Smoke.
Smoke grenade out. Smoke won't solve the real problem. Need a cluster charge. I still have plenty.
That's one way. But GRZMOD works better here. Iona, Doc, get those non-combatants to cover. Foos and I will cover.
Firing.
Stay back.
Don't resist. I'm taking you to cover.
Why do we have to?
Look out.
Hey, sneak attack.
Looks like you're more than just a secretary.
You talk too much.
Get back, sir. You're in the line of fire.
Trying to fight real weapons with a wine bottle? Dumbass Essen matters with a wine bottle?
Very immature. He's out cold. I'll carry him. You get that guy in white.
They're trying to take Raynell away. Stop them. We can't get close. Their guns fire too quickly. Damn it, what the hell are you doing when they're not firing? They keep finding dead zones, and their coordination.
We can hold out for a while.
Reloading.
That guy's out. Get him.
Iana, smoke. Smoke grenade out.
Cough. Another smoke grenade? Is that the best you can?
Flying out. Sticking it. Here's a memento. Get out of the way, Foos.
The other two are trying to hide. Surround them and...
They swarmed without any caution for possible explosives. No tactical awareness whatsoever.
Let's disarm them first. Tend to the wounded, Doc. Clear. Clear.
Clear.
That's good news. Even though we were shooting to incapacitate rather than kill, these guys were still unusually tough. That one, they survived a full shotgun blast at point-blank range.
Good news, indeed.
Not sure what it means, but look at the animal ears. You can see blood vessels if you look closely.
What?
Is that part of Levi's research too?
My compass isn't working. What about yours, Doc?
If we're really near Magnet Hill, no. 2 in the southern Urals.
Doc looks behind him where the wind is blowing the curtains open. The squad walks out to the balcony and takes in a sight outside. The setting sun shines down between towering skyscrapers, painting the waters red. Tourists in swimsuits lie on the beach, enjoying a lazy holiday afternoon set to ice cream truck music. The only man in the room who can still stand slowly walks towards them.
If this is the Urals, then I'm George Clooney.
It's clear we're no longer in the mission area. Did we teleport? Where to? The Maldives? It looks like a vacation spot, all right. But I don't think it's the Maldives. Maybe we can ask the unfortunate victims, though. Speak of the devil. Could you answer a few questions, sir? Who are you? What is this place? And who are those armed men?
I'm happy to explain a few things. Out of gratitude for the surprising ending that you created for my work. Before formal introductions, however, I must correct one premise. I was never an unfortunate victim. Not before, not now, not ever.
Can we get back on topic?
Very well. Welcome to the dark heart of Bal VAR. Welcome to Dark Souls. My name is Reynal Kowalski.
Call me Ella, Mr. Reynal. But given that we need to quickly grasp our situation, I think we can cut the introductions. I'll ask and you'll answer.
Doesn't look like I have a choice.
Which country does Dark Souls belong to?
Bal VAR. In name, at least.
VAR? You mean Bolivia. I don't know a city called Dark Souls in Bolivia. What about you, Ayana? Let's try another way. Which continent are we on? South America.
I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean the name of our landmass, that's Terra, obviously.
GWNO.
Oh, it's not every day I hear my mother tongue spoken.
Your mother tongue?
Nothing. Keep going.
I never thought I would be asking this, but... Mr. Reynal, are we on planet Earth?
Earth. I thought all I had to do was answer questions. But now I'm beginning to have a few of my own.
Iana, maybe you can do better with the questions. Iana.
Anna does not answer. Her eyes are wide, staring at the horizon in the opposite direction of the setting sun. The others follow her gaze. 2 moons are rising slowly in the distance, one brighter than the other. Damn, only had time for one doodle before they found out. That was close. Gave me a fright when all those people showed up. Hold it right there, girl. You won't get away with vandalizing the gala. Shoot, I'd better go. You got lucky today, Reynal.
Stage 1 beginning. Reynal houses Team Rainbow in gratitude for their help. Meanwhile, members of the street art community are furious at Reynal's televised speech.
I'll take a pack of dried cactus. Auntie Marco's, por favor. Auntie Marco doesn't put as much additives. It's not as good as Uncle Marco's. 1 pack of dried cactus. I'm starving. You look like you've been up all night, developing photos. I can't help that inspiration likes to strike in the middle of the night. So when are you gonna have my photo ready? Oh, I remember now. The one you said was a gift? For the girl who's into metal music? She dumped me last month. Memories like to disappear in the middle of the night too. Of all the photographers here, I had to pick the one who could never make a deadline. Back from the Galera Techno. How was it?
Get lost!
What's the matter? Things didn't go well. Didn't you say last night that you were going to spray paint the whole place? What does that palace of his look like on the inside? I heard it's a large collection of works from famous artists. I should have gone with you.
I hardly got a doodle in before I had to run for my life.
Tiaske. Well, you'll get another chance. And bring me along next time. Me too.
Enough of that, you two. Where's the old man?
He's in a bad mood. Holed himself up in his room all day. I guess he's waiting for your good news.
So, just to confirm, you don't know Levi.
Correct. And I should confirm that you don't know my uncle, right? Tall, wears glasses, smiles in the creepiest way you can imagine.
Say any more and I'll start to wonder if your uncle is the one we're looking for.
I think it's just another unpleasant coincidence. Now that we've resolved our misunderstandings, would you like a drink?
No thank you, Mr. Reynal. We have to go. Why are you shaking, Ayana? If we're not dreaming or hallucinating, we've been shot out by some unknown power through time or space and landed in this place. A faraway planet. Or Earth in some unimaginable dimension of time. I'm just excited, Ella. I get it. But we're not just facing a strange world. We have strange problems too. So, stay calm, no matter how excited you feel. Sorry.
Hopefully, we can a place to stay before nightfall.
Well, there's no need for doom and gloom. I'm not ungrateful for you saving my life. I could at least offer a room with 4 walls and a roof. Unless you really wanted to sleep on cardboard beneath the sky.
It's going to rain. We won't take it for free, Mr. Reynal. For as long as we accept your hospitality, we will protect you and ensure there won't be any other armed men charging into your room.
We're falling through the roof.
That will do, MiOSC. She knows what she's doing.
But we don't know anything about them, Reynal.
This is our chance to learn.
You're always so willful.
You know me.
If you're going to turn us down, it would be nice to do it quickly.
No. I have no objections. Let's get your employment contract drafted before HR leaves for the day.
Diaz, I'm back. I heard you were waiting for me. I couldn't do it, but I didn't get hurt either. What are you watching?
That.
Right now. What is he blabbering about this time?
Mr. Raynell, as Gaylor Akritzo Tusha prepares for its grand opening, the local community is also planning an arts festival. What are your thoughts about it? I have a lot of respect for art. The people who live there have good ideas and interesting creations, but an arts festival is not something that can be organized by just anybody. They don't have any professional buy-in. It is silly to compare the two. The Gala has far more significance than our arts festival. We have gathered artwork from across the world in Das Souls, demonstrating the diversity of culture and art, while providing a platform for art lovers everywhere. The importance it poses to the development of art in Das Souls is not something that some amateur arts festival can hope to match.
That peddler called us amateurs.
Not the first time we've been at odds. All those organizations and critics have used our community as a tool to suck up to him on his first day in Das Souls. He talks crap about us using our works as comparison to promote his own garbage. He's blocking us at every turn, from exhibitions, disc releases, even small performances. I remember his so-called community development project. It was a hot mess and we eventually brought it down.
Yeah, the hate is mutual.
Like you. You went to tag up his gala, didn't you?
He was the one who hired a writer to blast my friend's work in the papers.
Well, since when has he ever said anything good about us? Let him. I have a couple of words that I want to say on behalf of all Das Souls artists. Why has Gaylor Akritzo Tusha drawn so much attention and achieved so much? It's because we represent what is truly of value in the Das Souls art scene, absorbing the cultural nutrients of Das Souls and representing her true spirit. That is the reason why I built Gaylor Akritzo Tusha. What did he say he's representing? All Das Souls artists. Where was he when we put on a concert for the musicians who escaped the Singer's Garden? Where was he when we were translating new Ursus novels? What has he ever done for art on Das Souls? How dare he claim to represent Das Souls?
All right, old man, calm down, calm down.
Calm down. Do you know he's opening his glass house on the same day as our arts festival?
What?
I didn't believe it when I heard about it this morning, but then he said it on air. It's the same day.
What do we do then?
We do what we want. Who cares about him? It's more important to stay focused on taking care of our own. Don't waste your time on him. Tapit and Matayo.
Is this everyone who made it back? Go on. What happened?
Raynell's guards dropped down from the sky and stopped us. We lost a lot of men. I escaped with the survivors.
How many of them were there?
The
Just 4.
armed with guns. Very well trained. The way they fought was unusual. We couldn't get through. As sir, I will take full responsibility for the failure. Please don't punish anyone else.
You're loyal to your men. No need to be so jittery. That's not a bad thing. Our intel was insufficient, that's all. Now we know more. Take that box on your way out. There's money and casino chips in it. Share it with your men and have some fun at the casino on me.
See, Capitan, are you sure?
Keep your ears open. Tongues are loose in a place like that.
Yes, sir. I'll report if I hear anything. What about that community the brass are pushing? It's the last piece of the puzzle for the Entertainment District project.
We've just got to find a way. If Raynell won't budge, we could start with the community directly.
Yes, sir. I'll pay particular attention to anything about that place.
You're my first choice to manage the Entertainment District once it's built. Don't disappoint me.
I won't.
You're here earlier than I expected. Again.
I don't like to make people wait.
Sorry about that. There was a bit of traffic.
It's 9 o'clock on the dot. You're not too late.
I used to be punctual, but then I realized that people here like to be fashionably late.
No problem. I got time to check out the exhibits. The Galleria's use of light is unique. Natural light during the day, and then bright as day again at night.
Do you like her?
No, just a little curious.
Feel free to take a look around during your free time. You probably won't get a chance once the gala is officially open.
What? No employee tickets.
Of course there are. What I mean is you'll be able to take the time to appreciate a work you like, before the place is with crowds.
Sometimes it's not the crowd that affects your mood. It's a particularly creepy painting.
You mean the one at the end of the hallway? That's not a famous piece. It's a portrait of Raynell's father. He was the one who left behind the legacy that allowed us to build this galleria, far from home, and collect masterpieces from all across Terra. That's why Raynell always felt it was important to do something to commemorate his father.
Like putting up a huge portrait here.
Raynell wants everyone to see his father clearly. Anyway, it's just a portrait. Both Raynell and I believe Mr. Kowalski's merit goes far beyond that.
A faithful son, I see.
It's almost time. I'll take you to him.
I've been meaning to ask, why do all visitors have to climb the stairs to get to the penthouse?
He prefers people expend some kind of effort to come and find him. Everyone has to take at least one flight of stairs.
I've never seen him do it himself.
He has his personal elevator. It's the only one in the Gala Reyes office area. And these are the only stairs.
Sounds like what a genius would do, all right. The silver lining is that it makes security simpler. Anything else I need to know?
No. You have one job. Keep him alive.
What about at night? Do you need us to rotate shifts?
No. I'll be there at night.
Stage 1 end. The members of Team Rainbow see their share of drama as they get to know DOS Souls. Mi-OSE quietly shows up before the Capit N who planned the failed kidnapping.
Are your friends not with you?
Your guards are very interested in Fuz and wouldn't stop asking questions. I left him there since you said you wanted to get them trained up.
You said there were 4 of you.
Going by what we agreed on, 2 of us will protect you while the others continue our search here. They'll be on hand if we need them. You're not going out in public today anyway.
Just curious. In fact, it's easier on me with fewer people around.
I saw you have to top secret meetings on your schedule.
I do. What meetings?
Bungee jumping? That's a meeting?
Mi-OSE wouldn't let me do this, but he's not here today. Why not seize the opportunity?
As your bodyguard, I advise you to rethink this.
As your employer, I advise you to advise less. Is my safety harness ready?
Yes, sir. You're good to jump anytime.
See you later. Yahoo.
What an asshole.
Nothing to worry about. Our equipment is first rate. There's no danger at all.
You wouldn't have had him sign that waiver if there was no danger.
Would you like to come back and remove your safety harness then?
On the other hand, my boss did pay for it.
Ella backs up to the edge and feels nothing but air on her heels, a tingling feeling that goes straight up her spine along the harness. She smiles at the worker and falls backwards, allowing the feeling of weightlessness to seize her heart. She waits for the rope to become fully stretched, then bounce back, pulling her back up, and she hears the sound of a splash and a roaring wind. Oh no, that VUL Poe unlocked his own harness.
GWNO.
Don't get sunburned when you enjoy the beach. Buy Sombrero Dudes and Screen now and get a free set of tail care oil.
What is that?
That girl with cat ears was handing them out. I took one.
It's true that your V-rays are strong around here.
Not that this.
Polishing stone for horns. What are they, Babel?
Who would have thought there would be such a wonderful vacation spot in war-torn Ball VR? I was dreading this business trip at first. It's been great, except the salt water makes your horns rough. I need to polish mine when we get back to the hotel.
And conditioner tailored to VU Elpo, Lupo, and Fila.
10-liter set. I mean, I know they have ears and tails and all.
This batch is a good one. Let's talk details on the beach tomorrow. It better be worth the price.
Okay, they need it.
Tries me now. Sacred deal.
Let's welcome our guest today, Mr. Raynell Kowalski, the new star of DOS Souls is at scene. Thank you, DOS Souls TV, for giving me the chance to be scorned by thousands sitting in front of their television screens, and a way for them to let off some steam.
Hey, isn't that the owner of Galer, Akritsotusha?
I didn't expect to hear his voice on the street. I wonder if Ella and Foos are getting along with him. I have a hunch he's one to get on your nerves.
If you're not playing Get Lost, you're scaring away customers with that shabby outfit. I'm just advertising our community festival. I'm not bothering your guests. It better not be. Hey folks, wanna check out our festival? Take a flyer. It's a real special event in the street art community.
I don't think we'll have the time.
They're not going to that glass house opening, are you? Don't let that guy fool you with his fancy talk. He doesn't know anything about art. Come on, take a flyer.
What does it say?
I would be interested in checking it out, if they manage to pull it off.
This ceremony will stimulate DOS Souls' artistic and cultural fields. My staff and I have prepared extensive plans for acquisitions, business development, sector growth. The opening of Galer Akritsotusha will be a turning point in DOS Souls' economic history.
Now I'm more interested in what's on the flyer. You out of your mind, you son of a vixen. Wake up. You bastard. Stop playing dead. I can feel your pulse.
Just a moment of capriciousness. Releasing the shackles that bind me at the closest point to the surface, and falling freely into the water. Isn't that so much more fun than just bouncing up and down on a rope?
I'm sorry, Mr. Reynell, but I don't think I can continue to serve as your bodyguard. Thank you for giving us a place to stay. My squad and I will move out tomorrow.
Come on, I've fallen into water from even greater heights. See, I'm completely fine, am I not? No need to get angry.
I can't protect a man who plays jokes with his life.
You're mistaken, Miss Ella. I have a goal that I've been working toward for many years, until it's complete. No one values his life more than I do. Remember to wipe yourself dry. I can tell your constitution is not as strong as ours.
Don't you know? Once you step through this door, it's not up to you whether you get to step back through it again.
I come in good faith. Capit Emotaio.
Good faith. After the reception my men got from your boss?
Why can't you and Draenel stop bickering with one another?
Interesting question. Is he going to hand over the plot of land where that street art community is squatting? Get in my way, and you get in the way of Bolivier Ars coalition government. A Kazimiri Zien with nothing but money thinks he can negotiate with a government representative just because he hired a few mercenaries?
Draenel doesn't want to fight you over that piece of land. If we can reach an agreement, he is happy to cede control of the land to you, or to the coalition government. It makes no difference.
And you speak for?
I do. We could have been talking about this under more amicable circumstances, if not for that ill-conceived kidnapping attempt.
You blame me for that?
It was an unfortunate misunderstanding.
No need to make excuses for me. I don't care. Just tell me, what does Reynell want?
One doesn't do business in Bolviar for long without the support of a powerful patron. Someone like you.
I spent most of my years in the army, not the classroom. Get to the point.
Well, that neighborhood is not so much a home for artists as a lawless place where gangs roam unchecked. We had plans for its development, but the residents were utterly vicious. Even worse, there are infected living among them.
You thought money could solve all your problems in Dos Souls.
Only those who can solve problems get to enjoy the ultimate fruit.
I don't know your style or skills, so I think the quickest way would be a simulated engagement. 2 teams for in each team. Best of 3. Attacking team tries to locate the hostage and rescue him. Defending team tries to stop the attackers from rescuing the hostage. Any questions?
Who's the hostage?
For the sake of fairness, me.
I'm in through the window. Room's empty. Moving on to the next one. Hey, watch where you're going. Quiet. I've already searched the direction you're going in. There's nobody there. Didn't you hear it on the radio? Radio. Oh, I dropped my earpiece out the window. I was looking for you to get a new one. 2 enemies down. I could hear them from a mile away. How about you crouch behind this board? Maybe show an inch or 2 of your head, so as to draw their attention. The 3 of us will guard the only door and take them out as they enter.
You're not concerned that I could get hurt?
Get hurt? No, we got them the moment they step inside. Damn it, the origin IUM arts. I can't see. DH, they're coming in through the window. Stay back. Hostage found. There were 3 idiots waiting by the door. Looks like they forgot there's more than one way in. A bright flash looks like it works well. Hey, what's that guy doing? Get away from me. Damn it, get away. He's just shooting blindly. Where are my teammates? All down.
Russian swearing. Stop. Stop. You guys are relay partner.
You're back early. I thought you would be out enjoying places I don't let you go.
There was an accident.
You hurt?
No, Miss Eloquent.
This is the 32nd bodyguard who's had enough of you. I can't spend all day with you when I've got my own job to do.
What about your negotiations with the Captain?
He took the bait.
Good. Now we'll see how our friends in that community perform.
He'll have his hands full.
I've spent long enough dealing with those artists to know that if there's one thing they do well, it's causing trouble. Miss Ella, have you handed in your resignation papers yet?
No one told me HR is closed today.
My staff have always been capricious. It's such a headache.
Before I go, you should know that the sculpture at the center of the special exhibit is a counterfeit. It's a tiny bit different from the other works by the same sculptor. You should look into it. Maybe your dealer ripped you off. I guess that's a fact of life for a businessman like you.
I'm starting to regret letting you go, Miss Ella.
Oh, yeah.
You have a good eye. I was the one who made the counterfeit. I kind of liked it, so I just left it out. It's been there for a while. You're the first one to realize it's a fake.
Maybe others just don't dare point it out. Since that doesn't bother you, my friends and I will be going now.
Just a moment, Miss Ella.
What is it?
Would you keep working for me if I promise to behave?
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
You're trying to persuade me to stay?
Don't you want to see the authentic piece? You must have spent a lot of time with that sculptor's work to notice such tiny details.
I hope you can keep your promise.
How far to Dos Souls, Ernesto?
We're almost there.
You've been saying that for days.
Yes, we're almost there. Once I deliver this batch of medicine, I'll take you to a sunny beach where you can lie down for a whole day, far away from any casinos or bars.
I could live with bars. I understand that some people need to drink their troubles away. Hey, how did you know I don't like casinos?
It's my first time taking a partner operator home to Dos Souls. So I asked Orchid about you before we left.
Then you know what happened when I left my homeland.
A brave act.
And when I went back.
An honorable choice.
Oh well, it's not something I'm ashamed of. It's just a little more fit to be shared over a drink or two, not like this. Well, you can buy me a drink when we get to Dos Souls. That's my prize for hearing the story. Deal?
Deal.
Stage to beginning. While transporting medicine to Dos Souls, Tequila and Catapult are ambushed by the Capitane's men as soon as they enter the city. The pair manage to escape, but the medicine is stolen with tactics similar to those of Team Rainbow.
Sir,
What is it?
I believe I found a lead on that thing you asked me to look into. What around the casino is that a shipment of Oripith Y suppressants is being delivered to that artist community. There are a lot of infected in there. If we can stop the shipment, maybe.
Who's delivering it?
A pharmaceutical company by the name of Rhodes Island. It has a bit of a reputation in Dos Souls and is linked to Lady Candela. Is it dangerous?
Dangerous? Let me think. By the way, did you get anything on the men who showed up at Raynell's office the other day?
Sorry, sir, we tried, but we couldn't find anything.
What about our old rivals? The people behind them?
Nothing there either.
Are you telling me they just dropped from the sky?
Maybe someone doesn't want us digging up their background?
Then who is that someone? Ah, I see. Why didn't I think of it?
What's that?
What if it's in the coalition government itself? Plenty of people would love to have my job. Perhaps even someone who spent a lot of time under me. What do you think?
Absolutely not. I've always been loyal to you, and to you alone, I swear.
Now that I think of it, you wouldn't have the guts.
Why, you're absolutely right.
Well, I have my hands full with what's in front of me anyway. Is there a way to foul beasts with one stone? Teach those gangs in the community a lesson, while taking those people down a peg. What do you remember about their tactics that day?
I thought you had to wait in the customs line for a long time.
It helps that I know the customs officer. I actually borrowed this car from him.
I didn't know you had so many friends here. Let's get the meds delivered, then we can find a beach to lie down and relax.
There's no rush. It's a very interesting neighborhood that we're headed to. I think you'll like it.
What do you mean?
A lot of them are engaged in very special creative, spiritual activities, expressing their sentiments about life and everything around them through unique language and media.
I'm feeling a little confused. Could you put it in a simpler way?
There are a lot of artists there.
Everything is in place, sir. Don't worry, sir. We're properly dressed, and we've memorized the phrases that they used. Enacting their accents and tactics won't be easy, but we've got a former Black Steel guy here who will take point. We've handed out the guns, as well as Origin IUM explosives and launchers. Yes, the medicine first, and the fewer people around the better. I know, leave witnesses alive. I've got this, sir. No worries. They're 1 block away, sir. No.
Ernesto, what's that in the middle of the road?
Maybe someone dropped it. We'll just go around.
Wait, it's an Origin IUM explosive.
Hey, what? No time to break. Jump!
The medicine.
It's in a special container. It should survive the explosion. Hopefully. Can you stand?
Just a little scratch. They're running towards the car. Guys, there's no one inside. We're here. No response. Is it just me, or do they look more like mercenaries than tourists?
They could have something to do with that explosion. Let's go, Usha.
The men find what they need in the car and run away before Tequila can finish. The remaining men point their guns at Catapult and Tequila.
Guns? Who are they, Ernesto?
That's what I want to know. Why are you after the Mets?
Open fire.
Damn Fontaine.
Ernesto, get down.
Engaging. 6 o'clock. Fire. Keep them pinned down.
Are you okay, Arleta?
I'm fine. Only one of them is actually shooting properly. The others are just popping launchers.
Reloading. Cover me. 12 o'clock. Our man down.
Too many of them. We can't reach the meds.
Let's get to the alley over there. There's a way out that way.
Gotcha. I'll cover you.
10 meters, 5 meters, 3 meters. Arleta!
A street art community. Why do you ask?
I'm interested in the arts festival on this flyer.
I wouldn't go there if I were you. They aren't people you want to mess with. I agree. There are a lot of infected there.
Are they sick?
Are you kidding me?
No one will show us the way. It sounds like a dangerous place. Are we still going?
Taxis won't even take us there.
Maybe we should report back to Ella and go together with the others.
Look what we've got here. The perfect angle, subject and expression. A true work of art.
Did you just take our photo without permission, sir?
Give me the camera, please.
Come now, handsome. Don't get angry, take a look. I guarantee you'll love it. Here. The screen shows the duo frowning at the taxi driving away, as though bothered by its wake. One putting her hands on her hips in frustration, the other covering his nose. A snapshot of everyday life at its most amusing, condensed into a single picture.
PFF. That's not bad.
Do have a good eye.
I'm glad you like it. 15 gold certificates or equivalent in souls or ducats. I'm not picky.
I'm afraid we have no intention of buying it, and you'll have to delete it as well. We don't want our image to end up somewhere we wouldn't expect.
Well, if you want it deleted, 20 gold certificates, not a penny less.
We're not paying.
Well, we're not deleting anything unless you pay up.
Bastard.
Yeah, I'm a rascal, all right. Problem?
He's getting away.
Keep your eyes open for your photos out there. Adios, amigos.
French swearing. He's too fast.
Not to worry, Kate B. He left a long trail of tire marks behind.
I've been looking for you. Is your photo portfolio ready?
Just making a couple of quick bucks. Don't worry, I'll have it ready tonight.
You always leave it to the last minute.
I'll buy you fruit soda to make up for it.
Forget that. Just get your photos ready by tonight, or I'll break your nose.
See ya.
We're going to lose him. That girl is in the way.
I have to think of something.
I peek out from behind cover to see the girl pick up a spray can and begin spraying graffiti on the alley walls.
Has she noticed us?
What do you mean?
Look at the way she's turning to the left and wincing. Is she communicating with someone?
It's possible. Their ears work differently. Maybe they can hear us, even when we try to be quiet.
Why now?
Did she just collapse? She's ill. Aish. Deep watch.
Be careful. What's going on? Kate B., you're really frowning.
Don't move.
Doc crouches down and examines the girl. A strange expression comes over his face, and his brows furrow even deeper.
What is it?
Doc picks up the fallen spray can while covering his mouth and nose.
I'm guessing this can hasn't passed inspection.
I'm not sure you can get knocked out by spray paint, even if it's poorly made.
I don't know. I can only do what I can. Are you feeling better, girl?
Injector in my pocket.
This one. Good thing you have your own medication. Otherwise, there wouldn't be much I could do to help you. I thought maybe the spray paint fumes knocked you out.
I smell it every day. It's nothing.
You already look much better.
That's my last one.
Here, have some water.
Thanks.
Where do you live, girl? We'll take you home.
Don't call me girl. You're not afraid of me?
I'm from Paris. I've seen my share of street gangs.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Then what is it?
Huh? You're kind of a weirdo.
A girl lifts the gauze from her right leg, revealing the origin IUM crystals on her knee.
Aren't you scared of this?
Stage to end. After helping Techno, Iana and Doc visit the street art community, but get into a misunderstanding with the respective firefighter Diaz, and take their first tour of the community's culture while on the run.
Anything else I can help with?
No, my friend is coming. She'll take care of the rest.
I came as soon as I heard. What happened? Let me take a look.
Hey, don't grab my head! And don't lift my skirt with so many people watching.
Well, you look alive enough.
Thanks to these two. They helped me when I had a flare-up.
Just doing what any doctor should.
There aren't many doctors like you left. Most can't run away fast enough when they find out about our condition.
If you're here to take care of her, then we'll be leaving.
Wait, here's my card. Please feel free to visit my massage parlor anytime. 20 off for you amigos.
Thank you, but I don't think we'll need.
Whenever we get an acre paid, all of us go right to her.
I know how to take care of myself. I don't need any help.
Just try it, sir.
Please, keep your distance, ma'am.
The woman takes a few steps back, puts on a pair of gloves, then snaps her fingers. Sure, I can do it from this distance.
You can touch me from there.
I've heard of people claiming the ability to perform therapy from afar. Whether it's called ki or some other name, most research indicates that it's pseudosci.
As the woman's fingers move through the air, the pair feel a warm sensation on their shoulders, and soon feel a sense of comfort that envelops them gently.
Oh, my stress and anxiety. All gone.
Am I imagining it? I feel so good. Oh,
I guess I can forget the research.
What? Someone stole the meds. This is no joke, Ernesto. We have a lot of infected in the community who need those meds.
We apologize for failing to deliver. We'll try to make up for it.
You don't really think money will do it, do you?
If we can't find the meds, I'll try to obtain an equivalent amount of medicine in a timely manner.
Sorry, Seo Ernesto. I'm just nervous. Did you see the robbers? We have plenty of eyes and ears here. Maybe we can help.
That's what felt strange. It looked like a prepared ambush. Rhodes Island has always treaded carefully around here, trying not to make enemies. I can't imagine why anyone would target us.
Maybe they had their eyes on your meds. Suppressants fetch a good price on the black market.
They were very professional, quick and efficient. Are our meds really worth that kind of effort? And also, I think I heard the sound of gunfire while we were running.
Guns. Pros again. I'm glad Raynell thinks so highly of us.
You think someone is targeting your community?
Our grudge with Raynell goes back a long way. But I never thought he would do something so dirty.
What's with the commotion downstairs? Sounds like someone's condition flared up while they were outside and got help from kind passersby. People are gathering to thank them.
We always repay acts of kindness. Let me see their faces. Say, haven't I seen them before? A man picks up yesterday's newspaper and flips to the gossip section, pausing at its title. No one can stand him. Raynell changes bodyguards AGIN. Subtitle, exclusive report for guards, 2 shifts. Who are they?
Hey, they look really like the ones down there.
Looks like we really have to repay their kindness.
I feel like I've been born again. It's hard to describe.
Thank you. It's such an astonishing massage technique.
I learned it in KJ Iraq. I had to climb Mount Carlin in a snowstorm to convince the sane test there to teach me.
Huh? You came here from Syracuse what, 7 or 8 years ago? When did you have the time to go to the snow realm? Don't believe heard all tales.
Hey, I resent the accusation.
Thank you for the massage. But we should go.
Raynell has a lot of people working for him. A couple less won't make any difference. How about you stay a little while longer and enjoy our hospitality? What's the matter?
Why are you with these medicine robbers? Why did you bring them here?
Medicine?
Yes, medicine for our epith. Why? They stole it.
Stole? It couldn't be them. They don't even know what a ripethwy is.
Anything about any medicine? Could there be a misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding. Who else but Black Steel and you dress like mercenaries on these guns in these parts?
We were just bringing the girl back.
Well, if there's a misunderstanding, we'll clear it up. Take them in. The duo see Diaz's aide raise his staff. While they cannot imagine how the light at the tip of the staff would do damage, they instinctively sense the approaching danger.
Run, Cateby.
Look out.
Come on, you gun-toting thugs. I dare you to set foot in this neighborhood.
You were too fast. I couldn't catch you. Where are they?
Hiding. What are you doing standing there? Find them. Nose.
What was that, magic?
I think they called it Origin IUM Arts. But I guess magic is fine. The exits are all guarded.
Cover me. I'll control the replicate.
Ready.
Gemini replicator active.
Hey, where did they go? Not here, not there. Where did she come from? Right in the middle of the road. Bows, crossbows, launchers, arts units. All sorts of weapons point towards the Gemini decoy in the middle of the road. Even Iana is speechless at the reception.
Well, talk about a warm welcome. Bows, crossbows, bombs, magic.
Let's go while they're distracted by the decoy. It won't take long for them to figure it out.
Maybe we should get in touch with Ella, see what's going on. I'm just so confused right now. No, I'm sure it's not Raynell's guys. His guards have been busy getting whipped by Shuei Charat. Are you sure he's telling the truth? I'm sure. He hasn't had a chance to give an order like that today. But the people here seem sure that we stole their medicine. That's not important. What's important is that we get out of that neighborhood ASAP. It's dangerous for you two to continue, given their special powers. Do you need support? No. Their origin IUM arts are impressive, but they're just a disorganized mob. I know how to protect myself, and Kate B's here with me. Get in touch if anything happens. I will.
They disperse. Meyer, time to move.
Okay, let's go. All right, I've taken a look from up high. The district is roughly divided into 3 areas. The outer ring, the residential district, and that building at the center.
Which is always patrolled by guys with magic wands. There must be someone or something important there.
That's not important. We're steering well clear of it anyway.
What about going through the residential area? I didn't see anyone armed. It seems to be a safe path.
Or it could be more dangerous.
Common sense doesn't apply to this planet.
Ugh. Don't cry, babe. Daddy will sing you a song. Are you flying, tired foul beast? Or is tomorrow's wind? Don't you know? Your wings are for today. Asleep, finally.
What happened?
Just dashed past my feet. Rat. Snail. I'm not sure. It's too dark.
This is their garbage dump. No wonder no one comes here.
The way out is ahead. You should be glad that people don't come to this stink heap.
Astos?
No. Just light from that window.
Why would they do this in their own home?
Oh, thank you so much, honey. That foul beast just kept running. Well, it's not running anymore. Now we can. Oh no, it's waking up again. Arts like that just don't work here. Oh no, she's waking up again.
I guess Origin IUM arts isn't the answer to everything.
Look at the colored acrylic boards on the walls. Only people who think of this place as home would put up decorations with no practical use like those.
Same goes for the graffiti on this side. The scenes, figures, and decorations don't look like casual doodles. Every picture seems to tell a story.
WH, what are you doing here?
Early.
Calm down. We didn't do what that gentleman accused us of. It's a misunderstanding.
I don't know. You help me, but
You know that girl.
go right once you leave the alley. The left side may look empty, but sometimes Pap goes out there to smoke. Oh, I was just taking out the trash. I didn't see anything.
We should go, Kate.
Stage 3 beginning. Eager to get the medicine off his hands, the Captain instead draws the attention of Team Rainbow. Tequila also tracks down the delivery. Going after the same thing, the two sides almost come to blows.
The meds are in the underground warehouse, sir. As you instructed, we imitated them, set up a bomb, caused a little bit of chaos, and got the stuff.
Good.
You don't look happy, sir.
We need to get rid of the stuff. It's hard to not leave a trail, even if we change the packaging and sell it on the black market.
You think it'll get tracked down?
I got word that Rhodes Island sent someone with an atypical background to make the delivery.
I noticed. The man looked familiar. But old Pancho is in jail, and his people are scattered. Just being his son won't carry much influence.
Not necessarily. Someone from the city council let slip that Candela is looking for a successor, and the kid is a candidate.
And I thought Pancho and Candela.
Candela cares more about ability than a personal grudge.
What can we do?
Raynell's secretary shared some resources with us the last time he came by.
Yes, a few shops and warehouses.
Wasn't there a warehouse that belonged to a pharmaceutical company? One box of meds more or less won't catch their attention.
You mean Teledon Raynell?
That's not how I would put it. They came asking for our help. It's only natural that we ask for something in return.
Apologies for keeping you waiting, say or Ernesto.
No problemo, I just got here.
Excuse me, Juan.
I got your drink, Sayo Burke. A double, right?
I'm glad you still remember what I like after so much time away.
Our time together was much longer.
Here's your coffee. Thanks. Everything is just right. After you left, there was no one who could take care of things like you could. Young people these days.
Have patience. You can change quickly in an environment like that.
By the way, Lady Candela wanted me to give you this document.
Document? Does she want me to do something for her?
No, it's what you're looking for.
I haven't even said why I'm here today.
Lady Candela knows the exact moment that you entered Dos Souls. She knows that your shipment was stolen, and that you're anxious to get it back. This is a record of all unusual traffic and cargo movement, including locations and persons involved.
I don't know how I can thank her.
No need for thanks, just don't forget us.
There's more dust here than cargo.
What's your mission, Ella? The stuff here has been stuck in the warehouse for the past 6 months, with only a single watchman keeping an eye on it.
That's like an invitation for people to help themselves.
Yes, MIOSC says there are reports of stolen goods every day. Are we tracking down where they went? No, it's normal for stuff to go out. But yesterday the watchman got a call to expect a delivery of medicine. MIOSZ is suspicious and wants us to investigate.
Hostile intent?
I don't know what they would want with a warehouse like this.
Maybe MIOSC just wanted an excuse to get you and Shueichard out of the way, now that he finally has time to get something done with Raynell. All he needs to do is ask, and I won't go within a kilometer of either of them. You really don't like him, do you? I just don't like having to watch him play golf on the balcony every day.
At least he kept his promise to behave.
This is where the clues from the document lead.
But it's just an old rundown warehouse.
There's a shipment of medicine coming to the warehouse in a bit. Let's see if it's the one we're looking for. Only one watchman at the warehouse. No threat. Once the truck comes in, Techno is going to turn off the security systems and let us go in to check it out.
Well, we still have to wait.
Sounds sleepy. When is that shipment going to arrive? I can't believe they're actually sending someone to inspect it. What for? The weather is so good. I just want to find a beach to lie down on, have a cup of coffee, listen to a song or two, and sing a soundless tango at night. Where's the CD? And sing a soundless tango at night. I can't see your face, only the warmth of your hand. Oomph.
That was easy. Where are the controls? I thought there was just one manager. Why are there 4 people here? Who are they? The security systems are down. I have good news and bad news. The good news is that we know those meds are the ones we're looking for. The bad news is that Raynell's bodyguards are here. 4 of them, all in the warehouse.
I thought nobody ever came here. Well, we've got a disadvantage in numbers. Can you cut the lights, Techno? Arleta and I might be able to sneak in under the cover of darkness.
Sure, I could try. It's,
All right. We're moving.
Well, this guy knows how to live all right. Music and coffee. Is that this year's crop? Shoot, spilled it all over the keyboard. Where's a napkin when you need it?
She stops at the sound of Springs pushing a plastic cover open. She hastily lifts her arm on, sees an indicating light glowing green next to the keyboard. Below it is a tag that reads, Broadcasting.
When is it coming? Don't worry, we have time. I guess that's normal for an old warehouse like this.
Dancing a soundless tango at night. I can't see your face, only the warmth of your hand.
Foos, check out the control room.
In a dark corner. You step on my toes, but I'm head over heels.
Shouldn't have drank that stupid cup of coffee.
Excuse me. The watchman has been knocked out. There are signs of sabotage in the security and lighting systems. Someone has infiltrated the warehouse. They spilled coffee and pressed the wrong button. Not a professional, from the looks of it. I'll try to get the lights back up. Hey, kid.
Foos is shocked by the figure leaping out of the darkness, not just because of her small size, but also because her punch was so fast that it was all he could do to block it. He grabs the girl's wrist after a few exchanges and attempts to restrain her, but quickly realizes that things will not be so easy.
Not so fast.
What? This kid's stronger than a grown man.
I'm not a kid.
The girl struggles free of Foos's grasp and stomps on his toes. Before he has a chance to feel the pain, the girl launches a spinning kick to his face. Walking on the streets, we let each other's hands go. Far away you go. Never seen again. I'm left alone, searching in the dark. Oh, the silent, unfinished tango.
Stay close.
All right.
A pair sneak forward silently along the wall, not realizing that another group is doing the same a short distance away.
Foos, He's not answering. Should we look for him? No, I'll go. You wait here for the truck. There must be more than one infiltrator. Be aware that we can't use lights if someone is lying in wait. We'd be sitting ducks. Do you want to use my night vision goggles? You hold on to it. I'll be careful.
Ola crouches down, clutching her gun, feeling her way in the darkness. So many times brushing past each other. So much searching, so much lost. Maybe we'll see each other again, at the next corner?
Ernesto, who's there?
Did the girl not realize she was walking in circles around the same wall?
Not everyone has night vision. Say, I think I've seen her before. She was in our community yesterday. Should we leave her here?
I think her friends will come for her. I'll wait.
All right. I'll look elsewhere.
Bach holds his breath and reaches for his weapon. Auditory senses are sharpened in darkness. The dragging sound grows ever closer. So many times brushing past each other. So much searching, so much lost. Maybe we'll see each other again at the next corner. Please. A surprised exclamation sent the warehouse into a frenzy.
Duck? Gustavi?
Techno?
Well, you can blame your bad luck.
What is that? It's flesh. Get to cover. Ella!
Wait, Techno. Don't do it here as here?
I've got your friend here.
Oh no, they got our letter.
We have a hostage too.
Shu HRat.
The only light in the darkness is from Techno's arts, not bright enough to illuminate the whole warehouse, but just enough for everyone to see each other's faces. Aces Crossens can around, reading the same thing on the assembled faces as...
Well, this is awkward. How did we end up here?
Maybe we can exchange hostages and each go our own way?
Wait,
What are you doing here?
We have to find out who's been using this warehouse for smuggling. What about you, girl?
Looking for the meds we lost.
I didn't steal the meds.
Really? Then what are you doing here?
I told you. We're trying to find out who's smuggling stuff into this warehouse. What about you?
I said, this is where our meds are.
You people are just impossible.
Hey, anybody home? Your stuff's here. Man, all the way out in the middle of nowhere.
So, if we all want to know what's up with that shipment of meds, why don't we ask the guy who's delivering it?
Stage 3 end. Team Rainbow resolves the misunderstanding with Techno and gets to experience the creativity and vitality of the artists. Ella passes on what she sees to Raynell, in hopes he would go and see the street art community for himself. Raynell seems open to the idea.
My head hurts.
There you are, big guy. Here, ice for that bump on your head.
Why, you're the kid who attacked me.
Call me a kid again, and you'll get another bump on the back of your head.
What happened?
They found the meds they lost, so the misunderstanding with us has been resolved.
Meds? Misunderstanding? Resolved?
It wasn't so hard persuading that poor driver to cooperate, after all.
WHA? I'm even more confused now. Where are we?
Come. See for yourself.
Here's your medicine. Careful with it.
PH, thank you.
What's your name? Check it off the list.
Mike, there.
2 portions left. Let me check the list again. Maybe someone forgot to come. See if anyone hasn't signed.
The last 2 are mine.
Here you go.
Tough, I am sorry about today. We didn't know someone else was behind the robbery.
It's okay. Glad to see that the medicine ended up in the hands of those who need it. Gustavi told me that a lot of people here are afflicted with a special condition that requires these suppressants to control.
So, wasn't that Captain at odds with Raynell? Why is he stealing our meds to suck up to Raynell now?
Neo SC told me that he's after Raynell's development rights in this district.
And what if he gets it? Raynell had the rights himself, and he couldn't do anything about us.
Could think too. It would be a shame if the local culture here got replaced by hotels and casinos.
You've only been here half a day, and you're talking like you know the place well.
And in this half a day, everyone who came for their medicine was trying to promote their artwork to me.
People have to eat, after all. What's that on your arm?
A braided wristband. I didn't plan on buying it, but then I saw the kid's hands full of needle marks.
Who could be so clumsy?
What did you say?
I mean, would you like to take a break in my workshop?
50 million Colombian gold certificates. 50 million going once, 50 million going twice. Sold for 50 million gold certificates.
What did you say? The warehouse that kept losing stuff. Which one?
The one from the pharmaceutical company that shut down 6 months after you acquired it.
I seem to remember something of the sort. So, some people stole meds meant for that neighborhood, framed you for it, then tried to sneak those meds into that warehouse. What do you want me to do then? Thank you for resolving the misunderstanding.
There's no need for that, Mr. Raynell.
The OSE says you're leaving the accommodations I arranged for you. Have you found your friends?
No, we just found another place to stay.
Where?
That neighborhood.
Not that I'm against it or anything, but why?
I saw something interesting.
This is my workshop. There's a lot of space here. I work together with other artists looking for inspiration, sometimes exhibiting our work.
Are those wet papers abandoned drafts?
No, they're finished artwork.
Finished?
Here's a guy who leaves his paintings outside and lets the rain dissolve the paint. The work isn't finished until that step is done.
The man who's flexing his muscles. Is he looking for inspiration?
Strictly speaking, he's a work of art too.
Performance art?
Read the plaque in front of him.
Name, Pepe Turian. Artist Pepe Turian's parents. Description: 6 months after creating this work, the artists abandoned it in the suburbs of Dos Sols due to lack of economic value. Little could they imagine that Pepe Turian would become one of the greatest masterpieces of Dos Sols 20 years later. Eat shit, jerks.
I am the greatest Origin IUM artist in Dos Sols. Would you like to see my arts?
Is he better than you, Techno?
No one's better when it comes to Origin IUM arts. Be careful and don't hurt our guests.
Of course. The man takes out a few dark crystals from his pocket, each one glowing with an orange-yellow light. The visitors cautiously take a few steps back. The pure Origin IUM prime crystals begin to spin in the man's palm. Then, he tosses them into the air one by one. He begins to juggle pure Origin IUM. After a few rounds, he tosses all of them into the air at the same time. Then looks up and catches the first one with his nose. Then the next, and the next. Finally, all the crystals from a tower on the tip of his nose. A man turns slightly, and the tower of pure Origin IUM slides back into his palm.
I thought arts was about flashing lights and fireballs. That's Origin IUM arts?
What is this, if not Origin IUM? What did I demonstrate if not arts?
I see.
We're here. My biggest work lies beyond this door.
I think I've said this not too long ago. But I want to say it again, nothing could surprise me now.
2 mannequin heads. So big.
Those are just the heads. You haven't seen the bodies yet. They'll be dancing the night our arts festival begins. They will dance when the twin moons begin to set and the sunlight has yet to shine. They will be the center of attention, the stars of the show. They will turn and pirouette on the streets, stepping into and gracing the entire community.
A beautiful picture.
I'm sure many people will be dancing with them.
No, maybe. I don't know.
You don't know.
Nobody has danced in a long time, ever since that dance hall fire.
I told you. They've got innovative structures, deep emotions, delicate expressions.
You've piqued my interest in what those people are doing. If you're going to that neighborhood, will you see what they're doing on my behalf?
I thought you weren't happy that they planned their arts festival on the same day as your opening ceremony.
Doesn't mean I can't be interested in what they're doing.
I can observe what they're doing on your behalf, but I have no reason to intervene in your conflict with them.
Not that I wouldn't appreciate it if you could convince them to change the date.
I can't make you any promises.
You can't succeed if you don't try.
Anyway, I'm surprised you're willing to learn more about what they're doing.
You wouldn't be surprised if you were willing to learn more about me.
I thought.
Collection no. 257 antique music box. Starting price 15 million gold certificates. Any bidders?
I have to focus.
20 million. Anyone else? 20 million. Same bidder to 25 million.
There's no one bidding against you.
I don't care what anyone else bids. I just want to raise it to the price I think it's worth.
I apologize for my rash decision, but we didn't think they would have the nerve to openly insult coalition government forces that. I understand. Next time there won't be a next time. I'll accept any punishment if this happens again. You can fire me, court-martial me, anything.
Up it end.
Shut up. Now the brass knows about that stupid truck driver. They stripped him naked and dropped him at our front door. The brass considers it an open insult to the coalition government. They asked whether our relationship with Raynell can continue, whether there is hope of obtaining the land. What am I supposed to say? Stupid. Incompetent idiots.
Capitan, Raynell's secretary is here. Do you want to see him?
Show him in. If you're just here to complain on Raynell's behalf, you can save it.
Machayo, Raynell is satisfied with your efficiency. You are just a little reckless. There are many infected in that community. Stealing their medicine is one way to take them down. But you must understand that if many infected die because of it, making a big mess does none of us any good.
We understand. What else did he tell you?
What he means is that, if you were reckless before, perhaps a more cautious approach now can bring about a peaceful resolution.
We've gotten to this point, and you want me to negotiate with those people?
No, Mr. Machayo. There's no need for you to worry about it. Mr. Raynell has already sent someone to do it.
Huh?
Miss Owen, her squad. You're familiar with them, no? Your men have had dealings with them, and people have even confused them with your men.
We have an agreement, MOSZ. Don't forget it.
No need to get excited, Mr. Machayo. Righto? Raynell doesn't intend to terminate his cooperation with you. He just asks for cooler heads. We can talk about the land once you're calm enough to do so. Is there any message that you would like me to deliver to Mr. Raynell? I take my leave then.
You were playing games with me, weren't you, Raynell? You're dead, Raynell D.E. if I don't get that piece of land from you.
150 million. He bid a music box to 150 million on his own? He may be eccentric, but he shows respect to what he considers art in his own way. It sounds like you're starting to change your mind about him. I've never made up my mind about him, Meyer. He's not easy to make up your mind about. Is that what makes him interesting? I'll admit that he's not your traditional, boring art dealer. That's saying quite a bit, coming from you. You're not big on compliments usually. What now? Will you continue to work with him? I'm not sure, but I'll think about it. Come to think of it, we couldn't have adapted to this place so quickly without his help. We did save his life, so we're even on that.
Hey, Ella, do you have a moment?
Of course. What is it?
Cap wants to see you.
Mr. Diaz? Why?
He has some questions for you.
Very well. I'll go and see.
Just so you know, he might act that pretty angry.
He wants to intimidate me.
He may not admit it, but yes?
Stage for beginning. The arts festival runs into a few obstacles, and Team Rainbow helps them out. Meanwhile, Raynell invites someone over to repair an expensive music box that belonged to his mother.
Oh, there's absolutely no way I'm letting Raynell's lackeys join our festival as long as I'm here. The festival is just around the corner, and I have to make sure nothing goes wrong.
But they've already returned the medicine, and Raynell is fine with it too.
You don't know what they could be hiding up their sleeves. Can you promise me that their intentions are only good? Why so quiet, Techno?
Hap, I know the Raynell's people. The papers are full of pictures of them and Raynell together. There's no arguing that. But that day, when my orb of light flared up, I fell to the ground and couldn't move. I was all alone. I thought I was done for. Just as I was about to accept my fate, they showed up and saved me and brought me back to the neighborhood. I felt the same kind of despair in that fire many years ago, up until you came and saved me from the flames.
How's that the same thing? I'm a firefighter, Techno. Saving you is my job, and I wanted nothing more than that. But them? Are you sure they have no ulterior motives?
I'll get someone to keep an eye on them if you're worried. Can't we just let them watch, Pat, please?
Why are you being so stubborn, Techno? If you vouch for them, you'll be the first one blamed if something really goes wrong.
Come on, Pap, I won't let them make any trouble.
Why you always start acting so spoiled every time we argue?
Oh, please, Pap, please.
Fine. Stop batting your eyelashes. It doesn't work on me.
But it used to.
Is that so? You didn't have such outrageously colorful hair then. You didn't drape yourself in black yet, and didn't make clinking noises with every step. Yes, estuvo suave. So what's wrong with dressing up all pretty like you did before? Enough. Quit your pouting and get their leader to come find me for a quick talk.
Should I tell her to come here?
No, we'll chat on the beach. Miss Ella, do you know why I'm here?
Probably not for the beach.
I'm sure this beach is nothing compared to the amazing views you must enjoy working for Raynell.
Hard to say. A clean beach behind an alley full of trash makes for a surprisingly pleasant view. The way the light hits is much prettier than how it shines on the neighborhood.
Nothing much we can do about that. There's too many buildings with uneven heights there. As for the trash, it used to be even worse. I had to bring a team here myself to clear it all, and now any aspiring litter bug faces my wrath. I believe anyone visiting Das Souls should always get a chance to enjoy the beach. Am I right, Lucella?
I didn't come here to litter, Mr. Diaz. Only to enjoy the view, same as you are now. I like how clean and quiet it is. No rowdy tourists or casino ads in sight.
That's because the wind is so strong here. No one wants to develop the area.
I can see it in the trees. Their leaves only grow where the wind doesn't blow. They're resilient, and they still thrive even though La Brisa is so strong.
You mean El Viento?
Sorry, I'm not good with your local language.
Lucella, you say you just want to watch us, and it's not like we have anything to hide. But you should remember to keep your hands to yourself at all times. Ekno likes hanging out with you, and the community is happy to have your people here as well, so I'll play the bad guy here. If you betray Rust and hurt her feelings, I'll make sure you pay the price, even if it costs me my life.
You care very much for Miss Ekno. Isn't she just your subordinate?
I never married or had children. Since I saved her from a fire, she has essentially become my daughter. That's all I have to say. I'll leave the rest for you to decide.
What a roundabout way of showing paternal love.
An infectious disease caused by an industrial mineral that people here can't live without. It manifests discreetly, has a variety of symptoms and so far cannot be cured. I can't imagine what it would be like if something like oil was infectious.
Did you say something? Say or Gustavi?
Just rambling to myself.
Here's the medicine and equipment you asked for. Anything you need?
This should be enough.
Since the loss of the doctor in charge of this neighborhood, there's been a shortage of medical help here. Everyone's glad that you've been lending a hand. That's his notebook on our Ipithwy over there. He was infected many years before he eventually...
I can tell from just his handwriting that he was patient and meticulous in his work.
All of us do miss him very much. Oh, also, about the people you were looking for. I sent a messenger to get your request out quick. I only met them a few times before, so I'm not too sure if those operators are the same ones you've been looking for, but having hope is better than having nothing, right?
I can't thank you enough. But a messenger.
That's right.
Do you not have international calling here?
International.
Say, or Ernesto, I have an appointment today, and it's now.
Oh, it's you, Ellie. This is Say or Gustavi, our new doctor.
Hello, Say or Gustavi. Mama made some bread for the new doctor, so this is yours.
What kind of bread is it?
Hey, croissant.
It's croissant. You say it like this. C-W-H-S-on.
No one says it like that.
That's the proper way.
Huh? Don't most people usually pronounce it like croissant?
None. I can't believe this is happening.
Are you okay, doctor? You don't look so good.
No, I'm fine. Have you been feeling unwell at all lately?
Hey, you two. That arm needs to be a bit higher, so it can connect to the shoulder later.
You got it.
Making two puppets dance together. Ambitious.
It took us half a year from concept to making the actual thing, but it looks like our efforts haven't been in vain.
Did you plan all this?
No? The original idea came from Pat Pat.
Mr. Diaz, I can't believe he'd actually...
The year that fire happened was particularly dry. When the dance hall went up in flames, the blaze was so intense that people couldn't escape. He was Captain who insisted on fighting the fire and saving us despite the orders he had. He tried his best, but couldn't save everyone. The fire scarred us all, and nobody wants to talk about it. We can't dance the night away like before, not with all that pain still inside us. But within the last few years, people have slowly regained the desire to dance. Except for Pap, he still feels guilty over the people he couldn't save.
And yet, he still went and proposed this.
Pap says he can't dance with everyone, but he can at least be the one that gets everyone together.
You know what, Techno? I was shocked when I first got here. Chaotic city planning has the place crammed with illegally built structures and jam-packed with people. I thought the whole place was a giant fire hazard. But there are lots of firefighting facilities in your streets and alleys. You've got quick evacuation routes and plans in every building. And then I thought whoever runs this place is actually pretty capable. And I'm doubly sure of that now. What happened? I think that arm stopped moving.
What's going on? This is bad. The arm got tangled with the puppet's body cables when it moved. Can we detach and reposition it? Oh, it's jammed pretty tight. Where exactly? I'll get someone to untangle it. It's an awkward spot, between the 3rd and 4th floors, far away from the windows. Use a safety harness? Maybe. We'll give it a try.
Isn't it kind of dangerous to send someone down from the 8th floor like that? That's much higher than the puppet's head.
They don't have other options. They can't find a spot to anchor their ropes on lower floors.
Can you not move it with a remote control? Oh, that building's outer walls don't have any good spots for easy climbing.
We handcrafted these puppets and their internal structure is real complicated. Only someone super familiar with them could handle this. Be careful.
Almost. Just a little bit more to the left.
Oh no, the technician fell.
Phew. He's fine. He has a safety harness on. Can he try again? I'm afraid not. That drop has his legs shaking uncontrollably. Oh, Armando, I really can't do it. I'm afraid of heights. But you're the one who's the most familiar with the puppet's internals. Anyone else would just find it near impossible to fix. No, it was so scary when I fell. I really thought I was a goner. Why not call Techno? She designed it after all. Techno.
Is he alright?
He's fine, but he's scared out of his wits. So the boss was hoping you could try your hand at it.
I don't know a thing about the insides though.
Huh? Didn't you design them?
I mean, I only design what they look like. I wasn't involved in the actual production.
NWH, what should we do?
Techno, mind letting me and Foos have a try? We both have experience with heavy machinery.
Huh? Miss Ella, you're already done talking with Pap.
Give us a chance, Techno.
But didn't Pap say?
I can help out too, Techno. We all have some engineering experience, so I'm sure we can do something.
We're not afraid of heights, say word, eh? That's the 8th floor. Knowing theory isn't exactly enough.
I once dropped out of a 20-story building, mister. This'll be a piece of cake.
No, you can't do that. You stay here. I'll go up myself.
Techno?
It's not that I doubt you, but I promised Pap I wouldn't let you participate no matter what.
But will you be able to fix it, Techno?
I'll try my best.
Can you do me a favor, Meyer? Of course. What is it? Those guys over there with their eyes on me? Get them off my tail if they follow me. I need to find Foos. Oh, so Pep DS sent some backup. I can do it, but where are you going? Up there. There's no way Techno can handle the big guy. Ella, hey.
Damn it, where did that lady go?
Sorry, mister, but I need your help with something.
Huh?
You can't just sleep here.
MIOSC?
That mechanical restoration ISD from Iberia is here. Are you ready to see her?
Of course. Bring her in.
Sir Raynell, may I ask what it is you need me to see?
The music box. On the table.
Oh, the famous designer Alicia sensational masterpiece from 15 years ago. It is truly beautiful. I can feel a sense of comfort and tranquility. Just look at the carving of the female figure on the lid. Serene and beautiful, her eyes full of compassion, with a faint hint of bitterness on her lips. Truly an indescribable work of beauty.
You can spare me the details, madame. I've spent the past several days with it, so I'm well acquainted with its form.
The drum is badly damaged, and I'm not sure it can be fully repaired.
It's fine. That was my doing. I don't need it repaired. There is a music score in the center of the box, and I hope you can make a new drum to play that.
A hidden compartment. A man picks up the music box from the table and turns it upside down. He lodges a fingernail into the seemingly tightly sealed bottom panel, and it opens to reveal a folded note inside. Raynell carefully unfolds the note and places it on the table, its yellowed hue showing its age. It is a neatly handwritten music score. How did you know about this hidden compartment?
Oh, I was there when my mother worked on this box. I saw her put the note in there.
Are you sure about this? Going up to the 8th floor from here and then rappelling down?
Of course. It's the quickest way to get to our target.
Also the most dangerous way.
You don't trust me to keep you from falling.
Well, I do, but we are not welcome here. Such a public move will only make us a target for criticism when they decide to make us their enemies.
You're talking more than usual.
And you're talking less sense than usual.
I just don't want their idea to go to waste.
Why are you so concerned with these delusional artists?
What's wrong with delusions? It just means jaws will drop to the ground when they actually succeed in their impossibly difficult self-imposed challenges.
When you put it that way, all our operations are just like that.
And who would say otherwise?
You need to move fast when you land. People are after us and they'll catch up soon. Don't rush yourself either. I'll buy you enough time.
Thanks.
Stage for end. Team Rainbow works with Techno to fix the malfunctioning festival puppets. The dancing puppets' first rehearsal blows minds.
Techno seems ready with the equipment she's wearing, but her constant ear scratching tells me otherwise. Should we act now?
Hold on. We'll wait for her to land first. I don't want to crash into her when I go down.
Hey, slow down. You're dropping me too fast.
She thinks that's fast.
She's like a tiny feather falling slowly in the air.
This isn't the best time to be laughing yourself silly.
She's in position. Everything's in place. You can go.
Ella grabs the safety rope with both hands, twists her body out of the window, and stands on the outer wall trying to balance her suspended body against the wind. She waits until the wind gradually dies down, and frees a hand to straighten her cap that had slanted in the wind as she flashes a smile to Foos. Soon after, she lets go of the rope with her remaining hand and disappears out the window, leaving only a rope sliding quickly from the windowsill.
Phew. All right. Seems like they managed to connect.
Why are you here too?
Quiet and pay attention. You almost cut a major cable.
What happened to those people following you?
Shook them off.
Didn't Pap tell you not to get involved?
Yeah, he did.
Then why did you come?
To make sure you don't mess up this project.
Why you? Are you talking to me like that just because you know what to do?
Well, do you? I did a quick scan of the puppet's arm controls on the way down here. The hydraulic driver is the one causing the problem. Hand me your tools.
They're right above. Hurry. We would have caught them a long time ago if that woman didn't get in our way.
Time to deal with my troubles.
Boss, good news, the cables are free. So soon. Alright, get Techno back up and we'll get back to assembling the puppet's limbs. She says she wants to stay in there. But
I said, I want to stay here. I'll help out with the installation from here.
I'm glad that you want to help us out, but can you promise you won't bother Miss Illa over here?
Say that again and I'll fly right up and smash your face in.
Hey Miss Ella, do you mind if she stays here, for my face's sake?
Of course, Techno is a loyal friend. She doesn't want me to risk my life all alone at such a height. How can I feel anything other than gratitude?
Hey, look, the puppet's arm is moving again. That's Techno over there. But why is someone else with her? Who is that? An engineer. A technician. Techno's assistant. An assistant? For real? Techno never liked other people getting involved in her designs. Let me take a look again. Nope, something's blocking my view. Hey, you over there. Can you tell who it is?
You're talking to me.
Yeah, you've been looking that way for a good while now. Can you make out who's with Techno?
You mean Ella? That's a little complicated.
Oh, am I seeing things or did that one just hit Techno on the head? The last guy who did something like that almost got a finger bitten off.
I guess you could say she's a friend of Techno's?
You slipped away so fast. A tough one. Staying silent after tasting one of my punches. Get out of the way, unless you plan on dying here. Hold on, Techno. We'll be right there. That woman won't touch another hair on your head.
Get your hands off me. What are you up to?
Get away from the window. Techno, are you alright?
WH, why are you up there?
Pap sent me to watch these foreigners and I heard you screaming. What did that woman do to you? I'll be down to help right away.
No, it's nothing, I'm fine. I just...
I only bopped her on the head.
Did it hurt? And why did you scream?
Anyway, I'm totally fine. You guys go back and tell Pap everything's okay. I'll watch her and nothing will go wrong.
Techno, pass me the soldering tools, thanks.
Here you go.
She's willing to play assistant.
See, they're working so well together. Everything's okay, right?
The puppets are all done, boss. Is everyone ready? Amigos, this is the hardest part. We must give them a pulse. Give them blood, vitality, life. I've been ready for a while, boss. Give the order. Hello, everyone. After more than 6 months of hard work and dedication, we've overcome our obstacles and finally arrived at the end. Thank you all for sticking with it. Listen up, everybody. Our first rehearsal is about to begin. Come on, girls. Let's bat those eyelashes. They're alive.
I've pictured this many times. From the flyers, design drafts, and what everyone was saying. I figured I'd have to compromise on my design, that the pair could never be what I wanted them to be.
What about now, looking at them with your own eyes?
All I can say is, it's beyond what I could have imagined myself.
Ayana is once again struck by their beautiful faces and delicate construction as she looks at the two puppets blinking away. They looked like beautiful art installations when they were standing still, but their movements have now transformed them into the two most beautiful girls in town. Ayana is unable to glimpse their eyes as their thick lashes lower too quickly for her to get a good look. Suddenly, one of them lowers her head, turning toward Ayana. Her lower eyelashes lift without dropping back down and their gazes meet. A pair of vermilion pupils.
Why are her eyes orange?
It's the morning sun reflecting in them. She'll dance under the sun as much as she likes.
Oh, so it's the sun making that color.
You know, we originally wanted to have their eyes in black because it'd be easier, but Techno disagreed. She thinks black is the worst color to pair with the sun.
No, she's got it wrong. The worst color to pair with the sun is actually white.
The puppets begin to stretch their limbs as the crowd cheers on. Moving each joint takes a group of people and all their strength, shouting as they pull the rope in unison. Unpull, no, das, tres pull, die arg. The puppets lift their knees and take a step forward. All right, everyone, no, das, tres release, arg. The puppets wave their arms and brush them against their sides. Okay, no, das, tres again. Etcha. They walk briskly through the residential buildings along a path made by the spectators, occasionally bending down to fit below the skyways. They eventually stop in the neighborhood's central square.
1, 2, 3.
Thanks, friend.
Wanna find a better spot to enjoy the show?
I'm good. The view from this window isn't bad. What time is it? Yes, almost here.
As the sky gradually darkens and the twin moons rise from the far side of the city, the moonlit concrete floor appears to resemble a frozen lake in winter. As the two puppet dancers twirl on the ground, the moonlight highlights their bodies as they move to the Castante's rhythm, alternating between straightening and twisting. Music pours out from the skyscrapers, roofs, alleys, and even some dimly lit windows. This is an impromptu ensemble performance without a rehearsal or conductor. The sounds flow freely along with the puppet dancers' choreography. Their skirts catch the notes landing at their feet, transforming them into a part of their beautiful dance. The tall puppets lower their heads, watching those at their feet. Those people, small and light as a feather, follow in their dance steps. They leap into the air and come back down to the ground.
Still think I wasn't talking sense.
It was well worth it. So you were willing to help them out because you envisioned something like this?
No, I never thought of it that way. It wouldn't have been fun otherwise.
Whoa, amazing. Who taught you the harmonica?
Yeah. It was Mama. She can do anything. She can play this. She can dance. She can even bake super yummy curds on TS. Mama is my favorite person.
I have the utmost respect for this superhuman woman, but I must insist it should be pronounced CWHS-on.
What? So?
I'm going to get some coffee.
Say, Raynell, I've finished inspecting the box, and it'll take a few weeks to repair it. But I've managed to reproduce a portion of the drum according to that hidden score. Would you like to hear it? A melody pours out of the box, bringing Raynell back more than a decade, to a time when he hid behind it or to eavesdrop on the tinkling coming from his mother's workshop. Judging by this little bit I've restored, it must be a lullaby.
An extremely simple tune.
Yes, I was surprised when I first heard it, because I recall that your mother crafted elaborate melodies into her older works.
She wrote this piece herself. She's no professional composer, but she, as a mother, wrote this simple lullaby for her child. Nothing special about it.
But it must be special to that child, at least. Say, Raynell, you've been staring out the window this whole time? Is something there?
Nothing much. Just watching the moons rise.
Stage 5 beginning. News of the rehearsal has made it all across Dos Souls. Me OSC has found Ellen is hoping she can persuade the community to postpone the arts festival. but both the community and Draenel have their reasons to run the festival on that exact day.
Last night, a pair of giant wooden puppets appeared in the street art community. Their magnificence shocked everyone who had the opportunity to see them. These fine puppets were created by one of the local artists, and during yesterday's rehearsal, they waltzed and fluttered under the moonlight. I can see from the video how they danced so elegantly under the artist's control, almost as if they were alive. The neighborhood is known for violence, gangs, and homeless, contributing to a high crime rate. It's an area that most usually steer clear of. But despite the risks, the performance last night attracted lots of visitors. Now, let's go to our reporter on the scene and see what the attendees have to say. Yo, boss, Angela, do por favor. Boss? Say, or, what were you doing when the two puppets showed up? I was jogging at the time. Suddenly, I saw a huge face between two buildings. I was so shocked, I fell to the ground. But then I mustered up my courage, walked over there and watched the whole performance. And when it was all over, my legs couldn't stop shaking. I wasn't scared this time, though. I was stunned. Okay, thank you again for your time, Sayo. From the way he's walking, it looks like he was telling the truth. Now let us turn the camera over to some of the artists who live here. Maybe we can ask them why they made this pair of giant puppets. What stories will they have for us? Sayoras, please place your bets. Excuse me? Oh, look at the little girl who just walked by. She's one of the main players here. Sayore, a moment, please. I hear you're the mastermind behind this performance. For you to take on such a major role at your age.
Yeah, get to the point. I'm busy.
Sure. What's with the two puppets? Did you go through all that trouble to draw attention to this community?
A few years ago, 2 buildings in our neighborhood burned down in a fire. None of you turned your attention, Jess.
This fire.
Nobody remembers I knew it. The puppet show is to commemorate that fire. It's to commemorate our friends who left us that day. That's why we arranged to open our festival on the same day as the fire.
But Gaylor Akutsotusha is also scheduled to have its widely anticipated opening ceremony that day. Is there any pressure from that at all?
Maybe a little before the rehearsal, but basically not at all now.
The performance on our opening day will be even more sensational. I don't think an art museum can hold a candle to our performance. No matter how they spruce up their gimmicks, their opening ceremony is only there to tell us one thing. That Raynell can do business.
Why did you turn off the TV, Mio-SC? I was watching that.
You should get some sleep.
I don't want to. I'm not tired at all.
Sleep.
Mio-SC, why are you frowning like that? Why aren't you happy for me?
Go to sleep, Raynell.
It's been more than a decade. The birthday present that should have been mine is finally back in my hands. I'm delighted.
Really? Look at what a mess you are now. Say what you want, I'm not convinced.
That music box was supposed to be mine. Before my birthday. She said she'd give me one. But that old bastard wasn't happy about it. How could she have made a piece with absolutely no economic value? She's a genius, a star. Her works are meant to be sold at exhibitions for high prices. It wasn't meant to sit on a boy's bedside table, never to be known by the masses.
But it's made it back to you. After so many years, it returned to its rightful honor.
I love it. Even though it's been modified beyond recognition, I love it. What about her? Mio-SC? Will she like my gift?
Everything you've given her, she couldn't bear to let go. Why aren't you saying anything?
I do want to sleep now. Mio-SC?
I saw you on EV. You shouldn't have showed off like that for the media.
Hap, you're the one who suggested we make the giant puppets. If you were going to worry about showing off, you should have thought of that sooner.
Techno, I just got a letter from the government. A letter says that if the arts festival is a success, a group of lay than the uncultural exchange representatives will come to our puppet show.
You might get government support.
It's more likely we'll end up at their beck and call, or lords, merchants, politicians. There are plenty of men with their eyes on this plot of land. We're getting too much attention in too short a period of time. It's too much pressure. Maybe this just goes to show how useless I am.
Don't say that. Pat, before you got here, nobody cared if this place burned for a whole day and night. There wasn't even anyone here to report on it. It's because you've been here for us that we got to live peaceful lives the past couple years. All of us know the work you've been putting in for our sakes. Everything you've done, you did so we could walk under the sun again, no? We're another step closer to our goal now. What are you worried about?
Let me think about it some more. Techno, I can't let the rest of you walk under the sun without any protection. Say, Army OSC, have you on Say or Rain L seen the street art community's puppet show? It chose to hold Gaylor Akritso opening ceremony on the same day as their arts festival. Certainly their successful rehearsal has taken away much of the attention that deservedly would have been yours. Do you feel any pressure?
Please make way, man.
Say Army OSC, please answer our questions.
But we are not planning on taking anything from the press today.
Say Army OSC, is your silence an indication of the pressure you're under? That's close enough, Sayora. Say Army OSC.
Is Miss Sala here yet?
Yes, she's waiting in the exhibition hall.
I need to talk to her. Make sure nobody disturbs us.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to keep you waiting. You'll have to forgive me. The outside is packed with reporters.
Mr. MOSC, why did you call me back from the art community all of a sudden?
You're getting along well with them, aren't you?
Yes, I am. The people there are vivacious, and even though some of them are sick, their urge to create is as strong as ever. People who call themselves artists are a dime a dozen, but I have to admit that the people there truly love art.
What about Raynell? What do you think of him?
He's an interesting man.
Is that all?
I'm afraid I can't see any of that in him.
You once told me that Mr. SCCE Pan's paintings made you uncomfortable. That's because you have never met him. The discomfort that his personal presence brings to others is 100 times greater than that of his paintings. If it wasn't for him, you would have seen those qualities in Raynell. Nothing is beneath Shepin as Kazimiri's most famous artwork dealer, be it verbal attacks, threats of violence, or economic suppression. He will do whatever it takes to make the artists working with him follow his every command. Not even his wife, Raynell's mother, could escape this fate.
That's a pain no creator could bear. It must have been an agonizing marriage.
You're right. She even destroyed her own work as a form of protest. But only a week later, the damaged portrait was sold at auction for an astronomical price on account of its so-called profound philosophical meaning.
She should have left.
She couldn't leave her child to the arrogant bastard, especially a child that very much resembled herself.
Is there a reason you're trying to get me to sympathize with him now? Of all times, Mr. MOSZ?
You're a sharp one, to the point that it's frustrating. Gaylor Akritso Tusha's opening ceremony is set to be held on the anniversary of Raynell's mother's passing. The day has a special significance to him. Perhaps you and your team can help him out a little. Just a short while will do. If you could work it so the two events are even just one day apart.
I'm sorry, Mr. MOSZ, but I can't. If you've seen the news, then you know what that day means to the community.
You should do what you can. This isn't a request. It's a reminder. It doesn't matter how emotional or stirring their puppet show is. It will be overshadowed on the day the gala opens. You're awake.
Were you outside?
Yes. I met with Miss Ella.
What did she say?
She refused.
I'm not surprised.
Why did you ask me to call her back here?
The puppet show would be in good hands if she were to run it. And then, perhaps there would come a day when it forms an iconic performance that represents this place, as they hope it will.
But it won't be on that day.
I almost sympathize with them. They're spending so much time, effort, and energy on this. To tell the truth, if it wasn't for the scheduling conflict, I would even go see the performance myself. Compared to the junk that the art buyers are gobbling up downstairs, I'm a lot more interested in their creation.
It's been some years since you last said you liked a particular piece.
Let them be. It's just a shame. No matter how overwhelming a piece of art is in the beginning, it can't compare to a magnificent death.
The last explosives are in place. I will make the final adjustments tomorrow to ensure that everything goes as planned on the day of the ceremony.
Thank you for everything you've done, MOSC, for me.
No thanks necessary. Did you know, Raynell, when you talked about destruction just now, your eyes were sparkling, just like when you used to talk to me about creation.
It's just similar. That's all.
But it's more than enough to me.
Who is it? Why now?
I'll go get it.
How's a single phone call taking so long?
He won't shut up.
Who is it?
Black Captain.
What does he want?
What else could it be? The community.
Whatever. Give me the phone. Hello, Mr. Mateo. Yes. I'm very busy right now. If you need anything, we'll talk later.
The man briskly hangs up the phone and drips the line out.
Stage 5 end. After finding himself manipulated by Raynell multiple times and under pressure from the coalition government, El Capit N finds himself at the end of his rope. He makes up his mind and unleashes a most cruel plan.
Booker, is something the matter?
Miss Candela, the captain is growing restless.
Raynell's toyed with him for so long, and he's restless only now.
Our man just sent word. He's planning to use violence to deal with the street art community.
Violence in my domain? Where did he find the guts?
Someone in the coalition government supports him. He has the power to deploy all of the coalition's military resources within the city.
Well, these bastards are certainly learning to extend their reach.
Should we do something to stop this plan of his?
Let's not, for the time being. That our community's always been a whimsical bunch, making trouble for the city government. They'd be doing me a favor if they managed to take care of our problems there. But you need to keep a close eye on them. Matayo is a short-sighted and greedy man. With this much power in his hands, I doubt his intentions will stay all that pure.
That aside, Miss Candela, will you be attending the Gala Recritzo Tusha's opening ceremony in a few days?
Another boy who loves looking for trouble. I'll pass. Have someone send a congratulatory gift.
Please excuse me then.
Wait a moment. I have something else I need Ernesto to take care of for me. Remember to pass this on to him.
Ainel, do you remember me? We met a few years ago. Your excellent memory has left a profound impression on me. You kept talking about the statue that night. You recalled even the prior collectors who had owned the piece.
Right. That's one of my qualities, remembering just about everything.
It's been a while, but you've changed a lot. You're much more like your father, now that you've matured.
It's too bad he left us all too soon, before he could see all that I'm accomplishing now.
Don't be sad. Even if he isn't here to witness it, he's no doubt proud that his son's achievements are exceeding his own.
I sure hope so.
Mr. Kowalski, I've been looking for you.
Hey, Jetty, how have you been? An Iberian fresco just made it into the exhibition hall downstairs. You've been going all across the world this past year collecting these masterpieces, haven't you?
That was last year. This year, I'm planning on buying as many Yanxi inkwash paintings as I can.
I didn't expect your investment outlook to change so quickly.
You're getting the wrong idea, Reno. It's not our outlook that's changing quickly. It's Mr. Chetty whose mind is changing all the time.
Sounds like fun.
He just remarried this year. From what I hear, the lady is very into inkwash paintings. On that note, let me get straight to the point, Mr. Kowalski. I want to get rid of those frescoes, on fast. Do you know a way to clear them out? Mary isn't keen to keep Catherine's collection.
I should be able to facilitate that. I'll do what I can.
Please, don't be so humble. You're Shepin Kowalski's son. Years ago, your father took less than 2 weeks to round up all my.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Raynell. I didn't know you were standing there.
What's your problem, woman? Don't you see the three of us?
Gentlemen, this is my bodyguard. I will reprimand her in a moment.
Do you maybe need a change of clothes?
Of course I do. I can't stand around drenched in wine. Please excuse me, gentlemen. Thanks for that. If one more person had approached me there, I would have suffocated to death.
No need to thank me. Just doing my job.
I thought you wouldn't be here today. The art community's puppet show is tomorrow. There must be lots to take care of there.
Our contract is still in effect.
What a touching spirit of obligation. So, what about after it comes to an end? Where will you go?
What's that on your back?
Oh, my scars. Nothing to worry about. Just the price I paid for certain betrayals.
Once the contract is over, we'll leave Dos Souls in search for our lost teammates.
In that case, I guess it's not likely we'll meet again. With a stubborn employer like me, if it wasn't for the contract, you would have left long ago, right?
I'm something of a troublesome employee, too. I'm pretty surprised that you've managed to put up with me all this time. Thank you for your help. I hope everything works out for you in the future, Mr. Raynell.
You didn't bring me a gift, did you?
Yeah, an album. I bought it from an artist at the community.
The name here seems to ring a bell. Oh, I remember now. He wrote a 27-minute song last year just to curse at me.
I didn't know that. I just thought that you should take a listen to his songs.
No matter. No need to fret. I already got my revenge.
What did you do?
I bought out the rights to a fair number of his songs from his previous company. Then, I gave them to the band he reviled us most to cover.
I'll leave the album here. If you want to listen to it, knock yourself out. If not, then so be it.
Yes, he did indeed drip out the phone line when I called a few days ago. Please give me a little more time. I will do whatever it takes to get my hands on that plot of land. Our development project will move ahead as scheduled. Sir, I'm sure you know how loyal I am. It's not that I don't care, but this is a little tricky. The businessman who has development rights there isn't being very cooperative. We can go soft or go hard on him, but it won't matter. I've tried going straight to the community myself, but the people there are tough to crack. We've tried and failed. No, it's not an excuse. It really is where things stand right now. Besides, it seems there is another faction within the coalition government that's backing Raynell. I don't want to be rash here. Yes, I'm incompetent for not having found anything on them. This is why, if I may be so bold, I'd like to ask if you have. Any clues at all? Say, who would want to steal this slice of pie from your hands? No, I'm not questioning your position within the coalition at all. It's just a possibility. You want me to proceed without a care to this. Is this really okay? If I offend anyone with these actions? Very well, if you say so. I won't betray your expectations.
Epiden, not even that gentleman knows who they are.
He doesn't, but he also doesn't care. He gave me the highest command in DOS Souls, hinting that I must take care of this quickly.
What about Tandela?
He says he will take care of her.
If we have his full support, then this will surely be solved without issue, but you all seem very happy.
Think about it. What kind of subordinate needs his superior's full support to finish something?
A trusted one.
I was hoping to put on a great performance bringing this development plan to fruition. But now he'll probably just think of me as an idiot who needs him to clean my messes.
Once we get that plot of land and all this over with, he might just not care anymore.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. He's got this kid working for him who's been rising through the ranks. Supposedly, he's sending him here.
Do you have any ideas?
Of course. And I've had this in mind for some time now. Raynell's been jerking me around like I'm a fool. If I don't return the favor, that would just make me a wimp. Now if I could swallow up his art museum too. There are 2 days until his opening ceremony. With this little time, looks like I'll have to take the cruelest, riskiest route for this.
Weird. This is too weird.
Ernesto, I saw the garage lights on. You haven't gone to bed?
Arlisa, come in.
Still working on the community stuff? Everyone's been so busy the last couple days.
If only. I'd be so much more passionate. I'm working on repaying a favor.
The favor from finding the medicine last time? Anything I can help with?
What are you talking about? No, it's a personal thing.
Brother, don't try to do everything on your own. If you need me for anything, let me know before it's too late.
It's nothing big at all. You should go get some rest.
Whatever. You've always been like this, keeping just about everything to yourself and never showing even a hint of what you're thinking. Nobody can help you at all.
You're overthinking it, Alida.
How's this overthinking it? You keep acting like that, of course this is what I'm gonna think. I'm going. You get some rest soon.
Letting you help out isn't the same as letting you get involved in this mess. Don't blame me for this one. Weird. How did such a large shipment of explosives disappear without a trace as soon as it entered the city? There's another shipment on the 28th, and another one on the 3rd of next month. There were also a few shipments of brewing ingredients around the same time. Is that how they made it in? No, the routes don't match up. There were for inspection checkpoints. There's no way they could have gotten through without being discovered. Unless the shipments were never going to be inspected in the first place. So precious that no one dared to check them. Fine wine? That's not precious enough. Probably something that could easily fetch hundreds of millions of dollars? No, I have to go check out the scalar Akutsotusha.
Oh, what's going on? You've been holed up here, crying the whole time? Uck hasn't been on my side today. I came across all these weird transpositions. What's the bass clef? I'm a trumpeter. What the hell was the composer thinking? It only occurred to me when the rehearsal began that my score has a long multi-rest with only a couple notes in between here and there. Was there a grace note above the rest? No. It's just a bunch of whole rests over 100 measures in a row. I counted all the way up, and I realized I must have miscounted because I entered too soon. It was a very loud note. Everyone stopped and looked at me. Does whoever wrote the music know what a trumpet is? Get some rest. Tomorrow will be better. You sure? Our arts festival is tomorrow. GAH. I'm so nervous. If you can't sleep, mind helping me work on my draft? I thought you finished your draft a long time ago. Yeah, I did, but the app froze on me when I was wrapping up yesterday. I went out for dinner while waiting for it to unfreeze, and by the time I got back... Stop it. That's enough. Say no more. Stop. Wait, stop. Stop moving around so much when you're clutching your head. My tablet's over there. It's gone. It's all gone. How come I'm so unlucky today? Report. The crossbow men have the high ground. No one has spotted us. Standing by for orders. What a busy day this has been. What time is it? Good. Still got time. I'll head to the city for a drink. Yeah. Who would leave such a big rock out in the middle of the road? So inconsiderate. What's with everything today? Nothing's going right. I gotta find a fortune teller tomorrow and do something about my rotten luck. Sorry about this, Seor, but you'll have to go back. No one is allowed outside. Who are you? What gives you the right to stop me? Turn around, Seor. Hey, who are you people? Who sent you? That's close enough, Seor. Soon, more soldiers in uniforms, all with stern expressions and armaments, emerge from all the streets and alleys around them and surround the neighborhood. A few black trucks drive between them, churning a flurry of dust. A man start unloading the truck's contents masterfully. The sky may already be getting dark, but the objects they unload are shining light bright. They start to unfurl rolls of barbed wire in front of everyone, enveloping the whole community. What are you doing? Seor, this is just a routine fire inspection. No need to be alarmed. We will greatly appreciate your cooperation.
Stage 6 beginning. El Capit sends his men to the community under the guise of a fire inspection. Its residents escape under cover, but the prep work on the arts festival meets a destructive end.
Techno Pap, there are soldiers putting up barbed wire downstairs.
Soldiers? What are they doing here?
They showed us warrants. They say they're here to investigate fire hazards. But...
Is that something the military handles? Isn't this a job for those dumb civil servants?
Techno, take the elderly and children away from here. Go to the Rhodes Island office and get Ernesto. Everyone else, come with me, and bring weapons. Don't count on getting a good night's sleep.
I am staying.
You have the best starts of us all. You're the only one I can trust to get them out of here. Techno, I'm giving you an important mission. Protect them at all costs.
Pepe.
May I ask your purpose here? Diaz Gonzalez, I remember you. You came to Dos Souls and became a firefighter after you left the Singa's army. You fought fires for 5 years, putting yourself in danger countless times, and earning just as many commendations. How did you fall so far as to end up in this stinking place? I'm a firefighter. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm always fighting fires. A fire in a luxury hotel is still a fire, and so is a fire in a back alley. If there's a fire, I can and will fight it. The way I see it. You're one of us, Diaz. I'm sure you'll cooperate, right? Enough. I know what it is you're scheming. You call this a fire safety inspection, but you're just trying to chase us away. This is all in the interest of safety. You don't want a repeat of that disaster a couple years ago, do you? Get out of here. I have things under control. You don't get to tell us what to do. Oh, that simply won't do, Diaz. This puppet show has drawn the eyes of the entire city. What happens here is about more than just you now. We'll make sure that your show doesn't have an adverse effect on the public at large. I told you to get lost. Oh, you don't get it, do you? We're here to conduct an inspection. We came prepared. All right, boys. Make sure you check every last one of them. Don't let any potential danger slip through your fingers. Anyone who gets in the way of our inspection is endangering public safety. Show them no mercy. Yes, sir.
Cool. These thugs. Teco, I'm scared. Where are we going? Some bad guys forced their way into our neighborhood. It's not safe here. I'm taking you to Ernesto.
What about the others? Are we just going to leave them here?
Hap told me to look after you. He said he'd stay and take care of the rest. They're coming this way. We need to hurry.
What's this about? Inspect all of the puppets' power lines. If you find anything risky, tear them all out. Hey, it took me forever to put all this together. Leave those alone. Out of the way. Public nuisance. Come on, man. Don't do this. Be reasonable. You're looking at half a year's worth of blood, sweat, and tears. Don't ruin it. Please, don't. Like I give a shit how many months you put into this. I should lock you up right now for this flagrant violation of electrical safety. Stop. Can't TUMR. Enough with the wailing. Emperor, don't. What the hell is this place? Some kind of hideout. Didn't expect it to be this clean. Sir, the puppets are right outside the window. Open them up and you'll see. Take a look, see how much foam would they stuffed in them. What if they were to catch fire? Tear them apart. Thugs, all of you. You should rot in hell. What a bunch of beasts. So thoughtless. What are you people doing? Didn't I tell you to round them up and bring them to the field? Get the lead out. His people are putting up a struggle. It's been difficult to get them under control. And follow my lead and start cracking skulls, you idiot. See? Look how calm he is now. Bastards. You bastards. Now get them out of here. Those puppets are huge. It's gonna be plenty of work taking them apart.
We're almost out. They probably wouldn't expect us to come this way. Watch your step. The ground is slippery. Let me help you.
Sire.
Techno, will we ever come back? This is our home. But those men tore everything down. If we come back, we'll have to spend so much time to get everything back to how it was. They'll pay for that. I swear. When we get back, I'll help you put everything right. I promise.
Quickly now. It's still a long walk to the office.
But Elliot, I'll help you. Stay close, everyone.
All right.
Techno, Ellie. Come in, hurry. What are you guys doing here?
Where's Ernesto? I need his help.
He said he had something personal to take care of and went off on his own. He's still not back. Ella and I are the only ones here now. What's going on?
Coalition forces have surrounded the neighborhood. They're tearing down our puppet show under the guise of a fire inspection. Pap told me to bring everyone here to lay low.
Techno, what's the situation over there now?
I don't know. On the way here, all I could hear was the sounds of them breaking everything. A lot of people were crying, and I don't know if they were hurt or not.
Those thugs.
I need to go back. I'm worried about Pap. He was acting brave, telling me to leave and let him deal with the soldiers. But he's not nearly as strong as he used to be. He's old now, even if his tongue is as sharp as ever. I have to go, Ella.
Don't cry, Techno. We'll go with you.
We will help you.
Doc here will stay and take care of the elderly and the children. Don't worry about them.
Ella, Techno's people here are all fine. They don't need me. It's the ones in that neighborhood who need my help. I'll go with you.
These vents are way too long. I'm covered in dust.
How is it, Doc? Can you get down?
I have pretty broad hips. I think I'm stuck. The vents may be great for you guys to crawl around, but I have a hard time just squeezing myself into them.
I have the place completely surrounded, and they're covering the way we came out too. The vents are our only path.
If they'll give me a sitrep.
It's more complicated than we thought. They have a large number of troops standing guard outside the neighborhood. I had to break off, but the explosives are in place, ready to detonate.
How is it looking outside the window?
There are way more men than I anticipated. They took everyone outside.
Is anyone hurt? Is anyone?
No, don't worry. They're alive.
Phew, that's good to hear.
Ella, there are snipers on the roof. We need to take care of them first. Doc, you and Techno stay here. Wait for our signal before you act.
What are you looking for, Techno?
A storage device. All our designed documents are stored on it. They destroyed our puppets, but as long as we still have that, we can rebuild them someday.
I'll help you look for it.
Well, I thought I was just up here for a smoke. I didn't expect to run into a few sneaky MUS beasts.
I'll deal with him. Go get the storage device. It's in the top shelf of that cabinet.
All right.
Sarate, maybe you should let your friend take me on instead. A little girl like you can't land a finger on me.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't have taunted her.
Didn't your mother ever teach you not to look down on people? Time to teach you a lesson.
88. My leg.
I'm a little girl because I'm short.
My nose.
Little girl. Vida la chinita. Deal with him? Did you find the storage device?
There's nothing on the top of the cabinet. Someone's hit the device.
Who? Who could have taken it?
You can stop glaring at me, Sayer Diaz. I asked you to cooperate with us. You only have yourselves to blame for all these wounded. Theft. You can drop the act. Who are you trying to fool? Hold him down. Oh, fearsome fellow. If I didn't have my men here, you might have actually cut me down. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Our inspection turned up a lot of serious hazards, especially those puppets. Once activated, they could have a serious adverse effect on the whole neighborhood's energy supply, maybe even the surrounding neighborhoods. That's why I gathered all of you here, to give you a warning. Who sent you? There are plenty who think fondly of this place, and just as many who want to get rid of us, but all they ever do is come at us. They don't spare a thought to what we do.
Once you're there, your top priority is to destroy those puppets. And do it in full view of everyone. Cut off water and electricity, drop them out of the place. That comes later. For now, we provoke them, anger them, and then draw the fires of their fury where they must burn. I'll be waiting there for good news.
Except him. Except that man. You really have to ask if you've already figured it out? Is this all of them? Do it. The moment the officer gives the order, the soldiers standing by swarm in. The puppets' bodies are rapidly torn apart, their materials and internal wiring scattered all across the ground, until only their heads lean against each other. At once swift pupils fall from their eye sockets, exposing the torn wiring inside. There is a deafening silence among the assembled crowd. Many choose to look away, unable to bear witness to this atrocity. Only Diaz looks on without so much as a blink. His eyes are filled with fury. Oh, right, I found this storage device on one of your shelves. I had a man check it for me. Your design documents are all in here, along with a bunch of other things. You've destroyed enough already. Won't you spare us this? We have to eradicate all threats, Sayer Diaz. An almost inaudible weeping can be heard in the silent crowd. Even a man as headstrong as Diaz is unable to keep his eyes stony.
Give that to me, you thud.
Who's there?
Out of the way.
Oh, she snatched it. What are you idiots doing? Who let this punk in here? Seize her. Stop resisting. And hand that over.
Let go of me.
Find these arts. Hand it over.
Yafti. In your dreams?
You dare kick me. The officer, after getting a kick in the face from Techno, angrily shoves her to the ground and attempts to snatch the device back, but the Duran keeps a tight grip on it throughout the whole ordeal. After multiple fruitless attempts, the officer gives up. He stands up expressionless and stomps violently onto Techno's tightly clenched fist, again and again, until his soul is dyed solid crimson. Still won't let go, huh?
I won't. Take it from me, if you can.
The moment he lifts his knee again, a red beam shines from the roof of a building up above, with a small red dot landing on his forehead.
Try stomping her again. If you want to know what it feels like to have 3 bullets enter your body at the same time, go ahead.
It took you so long.
If I leapt from the 4th floor of a building.
I turn MCH.
Take your men with you, sir. All of them. Or you'll have more than bullets waving hello.
Fine, we completed our objectives. No reason to waste any more time with you. Notify all units. We're pulling out.
Stage 6N. Ella tries to confirm Rain-L's innocence only for him to choose not to defend himself. The community residents are outraged when they learn about this, and with El Capitan's spies fanning the flames, the residents decide to march toward the Galera.
What brings you here?
Where is Ray now?
He's playing golf on the balcony. Wait, Miss Ella.
My apologies. Did the shot just now hit you? Why are you so angry?
Something happened in Diaz's community yesterday.
Something happened. What do you mean?
Haven't you heard? Their arts festival performance has been ruined.
Why does this sound like an accusation?
MIO-SC asked me to persuade the community to push back their performance so that it doesn't conflict with your opening ceremony.
Right, I asked MIO-SC to talk to you about it. So you think that, because you weren't amenable to the proposal, I asked someone else to do this?
I saw MIO-SC talking to that captain several times when I was your bodyguard. His drug warehouse is under your name. Looking at it now, your relationship isn't nearly as tense as it seemed. He's even on your ceremony's guest list. I've had my suspicions that I did investigate, but now that this happened, I have to work out what's going on.
Tell me, Miss Ella, did you come to me with a prejudiced answer?
No prejudices here. I want to hear your explanation.
No, my communication with that man is not about cooperation. It's to watch him play the fool. So many have come up short when working against that community. And I was thinking perhaps he too would get a taste of his own medicine at their hands.
What?
That's the truth. It doesn't matter if you believe me or not, but I didn't order him to do this.
Maybe you didn't intend for this to happen. But did you think of the consequences beforehand? You sent a leader of an armed force to deal with a bunch of unarmed civilians.
I never expected this to.
Or maybe you never cared. You built this extravagant museum for the sake of your ego. Is that not enough? Why do you keep harassing people that have nothing to do with you? Over and over again. Why? Do you really need any of this to prove yourself?
Enough, Miss Ella. It's time for you to leave.
Mr. MOSC, I've been meaning to ask. How can you stand spending so much time around this monster?
Yeah.
Enough, Miss Ella. If you insist on making someone the mastermind of this tragedy, then let's just say you have the man. But it's time for you to go.
A man turns and stands firm. Ignoring Allah, he shifts his center of gravity, twists his shoulder inwards, then swings his club elegantly. A golf ball draws an arc in the sky, and although it should have landed roughly a meter from the hole, it strangely changes its trajectory mid-air and slips into the hole. Allah picks up a golf ball from the basket and lifts it up under the sun.
I noticed it a while ago. Doesn't matter how strange your trajectory is, your shots always land in the hole. Mr. MOSC, as the man closest to Raynell, can you tell me why? Have you ever tried a single drive on your own merit, Raynell? Ever tried to draw a real curve in the sky?
Many times.
How did they go?
It's exhausting. There are no holes in the grass. It's a futile exercise.
Well, that's too bad.
Ella lets out a sigh and throws the golf ball in her hand. It tumbles in the grass for several revolutions before slowly drifting into the hole.
How did it go? Is it done? Good. Even the timing of the evacuation was perfect. This is the first time you've executed something so beautifully since I came to DOS Souls. Those four. Don't worry about them. Didn't you put that punk out of commission? The whole community must be furious now. They can't stop them. Now hurry up and get back here. We still have bigger fins to fry. Once this is dealt with, it'll be smooth sailing for both you and me. What do you mean half the force? We'll use all the forces at our disposal. This will make or break everything. Get it together. Right, send everyone back to the Galer. Have them stand by for orders. The more the better. The cost is no object when compared to the potential profit. Oh, and one last thing. Remember to send a couple smart, glib-tongued fast runners to get those in the community riled up. We wouldn't want them to flame out disappointingly. Phew.
El Capitan breathes a long sigh. Although the stage and seats have been set up outside the Galer for its opening ceremony, there is hardly anyone in attendance yet. Huh? This is so boring. I thought there'd be something warming up the party if I got here earlier. Still a few hours to go. Nobody's here yet. We didn't have to rush over. What are you laughing about?
That might just be a surprise for getting here early.
That was heavy-handed of them. This is all I can do right now. It may be difficult for you to perform more precise tasks with your right hand in the future.
Precise tasks?
Like writing or painting. Sorry.
It's not your fault.
Remember to come get your wound redressed tomorrow. If only I had gotten down there just a minute sooner.
Don't blame yourself. The people here are much faster and physically capable than us. It's not easy to give chase.
I know that, but the officer did it right in front of me.
Ella, you're back. What did Raynell say? He didn't order this, but that doesn't mean he's totally unrelated.
Are you defending him?
Raynell contacted the captain and told him that as long as he could take care of the troublesome elements in the community, he would get the development rights to the neighborhood. How is that not him giving the order? But he also told me that his goal was to see the captain make a fool of himself for offending him. He knows the people of the community are capable.
Why doesn't he come take a look at what happened to the place himself then? How could he say that?
Calm down, Katie.
Even if I could calm down, what about the people in the community? Go take a look outside. How are they supposed to calm down once they hear Raynell's excuse?
The four of them feel a tremendous sense of despair as they walk amongst the crowd, and members of the community sit despondent on the sides of the street. All of them look as though their souls have been sucked away. Once this was where they poured their enthusiasm, hard work, and inspiration, but there is nothing left here now. Looking around, some are slowly lifting their heads up to stare at the blank expressions on each other's faces, but more of them simply sit there, unsure of what else to do.
Techno?
Is it that bastard who sent the coalition assholes to lay waste to our hard work? Just for the sake of his opening ceremony?
Techno. There are a few things we need to confirm first, but I don't think.
You don't think what? You used to be his bodyguard. Of course you're making excuses for him. An eye for an eye, I say. We should take to his galera.
Have everyone bring what's left of the festival. Once we're there, we'll smash that bastard Draynell's galera with.
You don't think that makes us look too weak?
Weak? What else do you want us to do?
We should be charging the galera to make Raynell and his secretary pay for this with their blood.
There's someone in the crowd fanning the flames. Looks like somebody wants this escalated. Everyone, please calm down.
But we probably can't take them on. I've had a bad back for years. I can't do violence. Me too. I have a herniated disc. The only thing I can hurt anyone with is my sincerity. My body doesn't stand a chance. Well, I've trained for a few years, but I've got hemophobia.
Maybe things haven't gotten quite that intense just yet.
I can't be this spineless, can we? Are we just gonna sit and do nothing after all they did to us? It doesn't sit right with me. Why is his opening ceremony allowed to go on after they destroyed our arts festival? Hap, what do you think? Come, get your things. We're going to that glass building.
We aren't actually going there to fight, are we?
Mr. Diaz, wait.
No, I'm telling you to bring your sound equipment and instruments. We lost our venue, so we'll use Raynell's galera. They don't want to see us dancing. We will make them watch us dance. A massive roar goes off. The crowd is suddenly riled up, like a pile of dry hay set alight by a match.
What do we do now? Let's start by keeping an eye on them.
Did we get the job done? No idea. But either way, they are going to the galera. Report. The MUS beasts have emerged from the hole.
Seor, where do I put this vase?
Oh, that goes to exhibition hall now. 3.
Gracias.
You're going the wrong way. Hall no. 3 is that way.
Per diem. I'm new here.
The opening ceremony is about to start. Seor Miyawasi requested everyone to leave the galera and attend the opening ceremony in the plaza. But, even us, it was clear that not a single one of us is to stay in here. Alright, let's go, hermanos.
Strange. Raynell is making everyone go to his conference. What is he trying to do? This place doesn't seem all that special either compared to the other places. Maybe.
Ernesto takes out a few glass balls from his pocket and places them gently onto the ground. Although they should normally be stationary on a flat surface, they all begin to roll in the same direction.
The floor is slightly slanted, just as I thought. Here's a secret door. Let me guess. Maybe this unremarkable painting?
The conference will start into hours, and some early arrivals are already seated. Have you decided what you're talking about during the ceremony?
Doesn't matter. It's all to buy us time anyway. Let's just pick something from the proposals we got. That CVAP thing looks good to me.
What will we use for the background picture of the presentation? A painting from the galera.
Use a picture of Mateo.
If you humiliate him like that, knowing him, he'll likely have an outburst.
Why are you worried? I invited him exactly because I wanted to humiliate him. Besides, do you think I still care about his tantrums after all this time?
His rage is nothing compared to the despair that those below will feel when the galera explodes.
The wealth that was invested into this place and the money-grubbing ambitions of the arts market. It's all going up in one big explosion. All that worthless trash sold at astronomical prices. Grotesque creations with their expressions and messages warped. True are left untouched in storage, only ever seeing the light of day when resold. Look at what those greedy men have done to them. Now, These pieces will at last find a proper home in the flames.
The art market will be in chaos the next few years.
That's what I want. Every time those investors think back on this day, they will shudder and quake. They'll see the true value of the arts, never again to be mere merchandise for trading. And the artists who suffer for it will finally be free of this market madness. It's a shame my mother and the old bones aren't here.
Raynell,
Come sit with me a little, me OSC. Let's wait for tomorrow to begin.
So dark. There's not even a bit of light here. Good thing I brought a flashlight. WH, what's this?
With the flashlight's beam, Ernesto finds packaging bags scattered across the hidden room's floor. The flammables inside are all neatly placed against the wall. They are piled on top of one another, reaching all the way to the ceiling.
Stage Street 2. At the opening ceremony, El Capitan receives news that the community residents are marching on Gaylor Akritsatutia. He then declares an imminent terrorist threat, using this as a pretext to forcibly subdue everyone at the scene.
Raynell really knows how to grind gears. A perfectly good art gallery opening and he has to hold it late in the night. Now I'm stuck here, waiting it to finish in the morning. I bet Raynell's gonna show us something totally out there, don't you? Why the all-nighter otherwise? Whatever. I was looking forward to the Street Art Community Festival anyway, and it got cancelled for no reason. I've got nowhere else to be. Raynell's taken the joke too far. Keeping the concrete details of this opening ceremony secret even from high-level partners like us. HRMPH. I suppose playing to the gallery is his literal job. Yes, sir. Is Kazimiri Zian on the brochure? I wonder if his salon really will get a painting or two of mine sold. This isn't Li Fei mean. It's all about your story, whether or not it's enough to excite the investors. Didn't you say to leave all that work to you? I kept telling you, dye your hair, learn some profanity, dress in tatty clothes, call yourself a rebel against the rotten system of nobility, and they'll all eat it right up. But you won't do any of that. So what can I even say? I'll give you one last tip. It can't beat a rebel spirit, but there's people who still like the down and out noble as a cell. Whether or not it's enough get the investors stirring all comes down to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. Our opening ceremony is about to commence. Repeat, ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. Our opening ceremony is about to commence. Ray now saunters up to the podium erected in the Gala Ray's front plaza. He calmly surveys the crowd before him a few times, especially the ones in seats closest to him. He confirms to himself that all expected have shown up, and then clears his throat.
Everyone, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, please. Take your pick, depending on when you usually sleep. Thank you to everyone who applauded, and thank you to those who didn't. You have, after all, sacrificed your own precious sleep hours to admire this magnificent dawn with me, here in the city of Two Suns.
Nature emptiates.
Thank you for your warm welcome. Thank you for joining me as together we make history. A small part of it for sure, and possibly of no note to ages far from now. But to all of you here, it will be one you remember for the rest of your lives.
What a smooth talker. God save Bo VR, and God save us souls. Our tourists fork out money with their brains full of air, and the future of this city is one and same. Hermano, you need some fresh lyrics. Let me accompany for you. I'll write you something a bit more topical. God save the coalition, and God save Kowalski. The army brass gets in bed with all our slumming millionaires on the night when the freak nightmare beast comes to play.
Everyone, welcome to DOS Souls, and welcome to Gaylor Akritsatutia. Before we get to the main course, I'd like to introduce to you all this event that marks a new age. I'm sure not all of you are for the Gaylora, or the opening ceremony. I'm sure a lot of you sitting there are thinking, this is just some verstandig by a Kazimiri and Failzone. You would probably care more for something lucrative, so I have it laid out here before you, to satisfy your curiosity and greed. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring out your personal terminals and raise them high in the air. You proclaim yourselves individuals of refined and discerning taste. You keep up with the trends. Portable terminals. An invention to stand with the greats. An escape for people from the guilt of wasted time, bringing news to every corner of every city, connecting them all together as one. And it's on this rich future vein I'm willing to build a drilling platform in the name of art. And stuff your wallets full with the golden coins and crisp paper bills it gushes forth. It is with great pomp and circumstance that I introduce to you this groundbreaking invention, which will soon make waves throughout the intercity net. The Collector's virtual art piece project.
Bro, how come I've never seen you before? What are you talking about? I live right upstairs from you. Oh, you're that one guy, PS2? Yeah, you got it. Didn't you go to get treated, though? Who cares? Does getting treated give Rhinel the right to storm into our neighborhood and wreck our shit? Damn straight. How about it? Let's head over to that gallery and throw a real party. Should we go big? No, don't we go bait? How you're talking. We can't give a guy like that a single inch. Collector's virtual art piece? This is what you did with our capital.
Think about it. Soon, some artists will cease to work in paints and brushes. They'll sit before their terminals, creating works for the inner-city net that you'll be just as able to invest in. I can take any painting in the Galeries collection, make a one-for-one copy of it on the intercity net, and you'll be able to see its every detail on your terminals whenever you want. No one will be able to steal or duplicate the painting. All rights to the virtual artwork will lie with you. Sell it, destroy it. It's all up to you.
This is blasphemy against art.
What was that? I'm blaspheming against art. Look at that grizzled, big-bellied investor beside you. If you want blasphemy, well, he's the master. You people don't care what creators conceive or convey. You just want the rights to the interpretation in your greasy grip to easily manipulate prices against market trends.
You do the same thing, and so does your father.
When have I ever tried to claim that Shipman Kowalski does not blaspheme against her?
You're mad. Is arguing with the audience part of his opening ceremony? Look, he made a name for himself as a maverick. You can't deny that, can you? Can you, sir? How dull. All he knows is fiddling with his terminals.
What a surprise. This bunch isn't any better. Hypocrites.
El Capitan covers the ominous glint in the corner of his eye and puts on an expression of indifference before anyone can cotton onto him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to present the very first batch of CVAPS in all of Terra.
Beneath the podium, the crowd hushes for a spell. They've had an ample taste of Rain L0 amenity to reason. But a man without reason is still a man, one who would naturally want to maintain the privileged life he enjoys. Or, to put it another way, he needs money to. The issue is the difference, and the difference is that the layperson who abides by the rules makes money in ways everyone can accept, and be amicable while doing it. The unreasonable sod, meanwhile, has a nasty habit of looking down on the rest while churning their cash. But no matter. As long as the sod still seeks money, the layperson will always find a chance to pick every last scrap of the madman's innards clean. Sir, what should we do? Let's see how this plays out. See what collectibles he can wheel out for us. The intercity net isn't enough to sustain a new field of investment, but there's a chance this madman can strike some actual treasure. We've got ways to get what we want, anyhow.
These pieces brim with the kindness and hospitality and brightness and sheer beauty I've come to feel during my time in Dos Souls. And so, they possess the geist of commemoration, one to forever elude comparison. I proudly present to you all El Capit N Moles 2.
How? How is this worth anything? You're out of your mind. A rich kid with brain rot. It's over. It's all over. There's no art alone here. Why do I paint for a living? Wait, bro. That virtual art piece or whatever. That one. I think Raynell based it on you. El Capitan stands himself up, first looking at the terminal in his hand, then at the show's cream, and finally at Raynell, whose line of sight meets his.
Capitan Mateo, in light of how jolly our first meeting was, I have one more gift for you here. You are going to be the model for the first CVAP in the entire history of Terra. Come, pick one. I'd be glad to grant it to you, free of charge.
All eyes in the venue land on El Capitan. It does not immediately respond to Raynell. His first order of business is one more glance at his terminal. And finally, he sees the news he's been waiting for this entire time.
Noni, say or Raynell, you keep it for yourself. So sorry, everyone, but I have urgent news to announce.
Oh, yeah.
I am a representative of the Balvier, our and coalition government in Das Souls, Seoul. The latest news indicates a terrorist threat targeting the gallery is imminent. I ask you all to follow my instructions to get to safety. Reliable information suggests that rioters are charging our location at this very moment. Do please follow the soldiers under my command to shelter in the gallery.
Vague on the horizon are a notable number of silhouettes seemingly charging for the gala, apparently emerging with an indistinct jumbled chorus of singing. Come with me, Seor. No, I need to find Candela and... Not now. You grab him.
Let's go. Raynell.
Mateo, you really have furnished my opening ceremony with a tremendous surprise.
Meh. I want you to haul him away, off to his favorite balcony to watch the sunrise. I'll have a talk with him later. Oh, also, remember to make him climb the stairs himself. Status.
There's a few troublemakers unwilling to listen to us. You see.
Troublemakers. Once the majority are inside, I want blades against their throats. See if they have the stomach to make trouble then. What about the street art people?
They'll be here in a few minutes. Our plans there have succeeded in instigating them. Now we just wait for them to reach the plaza and carry out their atrocities, and now substantiate the terrorist attack claim.
Dawn is coming. We need to hurry.
The gallery is just after the turn there. Ooh, I can't wait to give Raynell a shock. I like it. We'll smash up his gallery and loot every last piece of stupid crap in there. What's your deal? What? What's my deal? Didn't we say we were gonna go big? When I said go big, I meant we were gonna turn his gallery doorstep into our own arts festival and completely flip Raynell's opening ceremony. What was your idea of going big? Others got ahead. Heck no.
What's that?
That guy there said he lives above me, but I'm not buying it.
What's that?
The hawker's jaw drops wide open. He points a finger at the gallery front plaza just to turn away. There's a podium there and seats, and even jackets left on those seats by the audience. But not one person is present. Arrowhead.
Stage 7 beginning. Team Rainbow. Rhodes Island and the community artists commence their joint operation to thwart the imaginary turned real terrorist attack at the gala.
Sir, all ceremony attendees are under our control now, and Raynell has been secured on his balcony.
Good. Are our reinforcements in position?
15 trucks are parked outside the gallery perimeter.
You don't need me to tell you what to do next.
Sir.
Remember, tell those who ALS not to wreck the art as they load it on the trucks. If anyone damages a single piece, I'll take a finger off them.
Roger.
Oh, also, don't forget to confiscate the terminals off those pampered shits.
And any belongings they have on them. I'm assuming we also.
You get it. I like that. I don't care how you handle the people. But the art, you use a feather touch on that. Go. I still need to see Say or Raynell about something. Good morning. Nice view of the sunrise. Sorry, you're far too cultured for that. I should be asking you if it's beautiful, no. The silent treatment. If you think you're any safer for it, you're gravely mistaken. But let's get on topic, which is that I have no topic for you. All you need to do is sit here, behave, and act like you're a victim of a terror attack.
That's what you're casting me as.
Oh, look at that. You do have a mouth.
Sorry, my fault. I thought you'd seen through something or other, but then I thought a little more. And no, this is just the coincidental idiotic concoction of a man blinded by greed.
How about that? Upstanding airs a moment ago, and now you're starting to lose your temper.
No, I have no complaints at all regarding this coincidence, because I've come to see it for what it is, simply the finishing touch on my final creation. Because it was coincidence and not your intention. I thank Lady Luck before you, Captain.
Now shut up.
Sir.
What? Intruders.
No, actually, we'd better talk inside.
How do we get the date wrong or what?
Impossible. Look at the scenic route was here just moments ago. Something happened.
So, someone saw us, reported to Raynell, and he ran back inside the gallery.
This isn't Raynell's MO. Supposing he did know we were coming, he might be outraged or excited, but he'd never turn tail and run.
So, what is this?
Huh? A terminal? Is that mine? Hello, Ernesto?
Speaking.
How's it going? Getting somewhere with your personal business?
Arleta, notify the street art people not to go near the gala, at least for today.
What? Why?
They've planted a huge amount of Origin IUM explosives in there, ready to blow at any time.
Me. Ella's gang techno, Diaz, the artists. Everyone's in the plaza in front of the gallery right now.
So, why don't you get out of there fast?
Sorry, bro, but I've got a few questions for you two. Cool, got it. Tell me every last piece of information you have. Ernesto.
Arleta.
Or else I'm going in to save you like I don't know a damn thing.
Pelochudo, I tell you to make sure your men don't track the artwork, and you proceed to ruin one personally.
Sir, just hear me out. Inside that picture I broke, there was an origin IUN bone.
Eh, what?
And it's not even the only one. I spotted a suspicious wall in the stairwell, like it was freshly plastered over, which didn't seem right.
So you broke the wall down? And there were bombs there too?
Not bombs, they were. Detonation controller nodes. Which means there's more than one detonator, and there could be more explosives than we know.
That's what you're casting me as. I thought you'd seen through something or other. But then I thought a little more. And no. This is just the coincidental idiotic concoction of a man blinded by greed.
Sir, these things could level the whole gallery, and we don't even know how they detonate. It could be manual or timed. Let's load everything as fast as we can, take the cash of the rich guys, and call it here.
You're ready to just walk away.
The bombs are inside the galera. Ready or not isn't the question here, sir.
If we don't pull this off, we'll be public enemies of the coalition, government, and DOS souls.
All we have to do is run. They won't catch us.
Run where? Into the wilds. Hand a couple hundred gold certificates to each man and disband. What have we been risking our lives for?
No, sir, I'm serious. If worst comes to worst, we can ditch the country as mercenaries or bandits.
Bandits.
I'm just supposing my point is we don't have to play along with Raynell's insanity.
Fine. I get it. Who else knows of this?
Only me. I haven't dared tell anyone else. I was worried the news would panic the men, so I came straight to you.
Very well done. Go. Tell them they can stop hauling. Clean the CUI costs downstairs of every last drop of their grease. Then we evac immediately.
Thank you.
Oh, also, stop losing your head. Speak calm, walk slow, and don't let them see a single crack. You hear me?
A soldier about faces, then breaks into a run for the stairs. Suddenly comes the sound of a bowstring. He has no time to look back before a heavy bolt pieces straight through his back and protrudes from his chest.
My boy, after so much loyalty, so much preparation, so many decisions, so many points of no return, you go off to be a bandit. I lost my chance to turn back. So did you.
A terrorist attack collage.
Raynell set up the bombs, the captain took the crowd hostage, and neither seemed to know what the other was up to. That's what Ernesto tells me anyway.
They're both insane. Yeah, both of them are crazy. We need to prep for the worst-case scenario with the hostages prioritized above all else on all counts. Let's hash out a concrete plan of action. We've got 5 names to our side. Ayana, Doc, Foos, me, and Rhodes Island's catapult.
Help me into.
You sure?
Don't forget my past life. And besides, it's not just that Raynell bastard trapped in there, and not just the investors either, many are ordinary folk. I have to go.
Heather,
Don't try talking me out of it, I'm going.
who's talking out? I'm going too.
You and the others can forget it. It's dangerous in there.
Come on, Pop, think about it. Sure, we've never been firefighters, but otherwise, we're thinking everything you're thinking, no? Guys, listen to me. We're about to rescue everyone in the galera. This is entirely voluntary. Everyone who's in, step forward and listen to Ella. If you don't want to go, no pressure. Head back to the neighborhood, in case Mattel makes a move on our community and screws us before he's down for good.
What do you think? You going? I don't want to die. I'll be real. I'm not going. Think of all the pictures still waiting for me to take them. I kinda want to see those art investors piss their pants in fear. That's tasteless. Tasteless. I thought you'd have to cough up for tickets from Raynell to see the goods, but it changes things if we're going in to save them anyway. I mean, if you're gonna. What are you pulling out Raynell's pamphlet for? Yes. Ailera Kritso Tusha Exhibition Hall 2, Exhibit 14. An anonymous Mono on Bard's manuscript from the night before Sargon and Ex Minos. How could such a beautiful poem, such a precious manuscript, end up bought by Raynell? I learned Minoan just for this one poem. I'll recite it for you right now. Don't bother. It's all Minoan to me. What the heck are you crying for? When I just think about that bard's bitter fate, and then I think about that manuscript, and then I think about me, I just. I'm going is what I am. Even if the bonds blow me up when I see it, it'll be worth it. I have to go.
Considering the number of hostages, We can have the majority of our people evac the ones we rescue. Best leave HVT suppression and explosive disposal work to us. Catapult is Tuklina on Collins right now?
I got him.
Mr. Tequila?
Miss Ella, don't tell me you're crashing the Galera with Arleta. It's dangerous in here.
We're the ones you hire to deal with this sort of thing, sir. Catapult says you're trapped in a dark room on the east wing 3rd floor of the gallery, and the room is filled with explosives. Seeing how lively it is downstairs, there should be plenty of people shut in there, correct? Are the captain's men in there? Have they noticed the bombs?
They should be there. But it's too noisy. I can't quite make anything out. Hold on.
Tequila.
2 soldiers passed by the darkroom entrance just now. They were discussing how to load the art onto their trucks.
Good. That's what we'll build our plans around.
Say, is something this small really gonna blow up whoever's in there? Blowing up the Galere's glass walls is one thing. But we're talking about the warehouse that Mateo used as his command node. Who knows if he has patched up the walls here?
Of course it will.
Okay. You repelled the outside the 2nd floor, but you're still standing against a wall. Shouldn't you bust a window and throw these things in?
Did you hear something just now? It was like dunk, dunk, dunk. Well, except it was 5 dunks. 3. Who gives a damn if it was 3 or 5? Doesn't matter. We can die of old age holding this bunker if we want. All those idiots in the plaza can do is stand around drooling.
Deploy. Time to pull back.
A string of explosions rings out of the building. Catapult's jaw hangs slack as she stares at Foos, about to offer a word of admiration. Foos shakes his head at her. And then from inside the room, an even more violent explosion. The cluster charge has ignited the explosives cache within.
Ella, this is Foos. We should have hostiles from perimeter defense coming out now. Get ready to engage. And Catapult, it's about time we move.
Don't you think? The explosions already would have knocked them out?
Never assume your enemy's an idiot, even if he really is.
Incoming.
Are you? Some kind of genius?
Not in a million years. What I have is training, intel, synergy with my teammates, and just a little pinch of technology. It's that simple.
Stage 7 end. After extracting a large number of imprisoned hostages, MIOSE actively pitches in with Team Rainbow's bomb disposal efforts. Despite hopes they can rescue Raynell from under El Capitan's watch, Diaz gets kidnapped himself by El Capitan during the disposal process.
Oh, Foos, Sitrap?
Clear. Defenders are pretty lazy. They'll guard against us storming them, and we didn't give them any time to notify their superiors.
Good work. Time to begin the siege. Everyone, we have to act quickly. Don't get sloppy, and don't give the defenders any time to react. Let's go.
Did you hear something out there just now? An explosion? Think so. Oh wait, those lunatics actually came crashing in. For what? To rescue Raynell? No more hallucinating. Catch. This one's some sort of Yainsy porcelain. Might smash with a single bump. Careful. You almost smashed it along with the entire display case just now. You turn around and tell me. By the way, didn't our leader break that vase thing and say he was going upstairs to report to El Capitan? How come he's still not back? Probably still climbing the stairs, just like the first time we came. Or is talking with El Capitan about giving these things a home. Maybe they've even figured out how much each of them are pocketing.
Grenade out. No hostages in the room. Take out the defenders.
Don't wimp out. The rapid fire doesn't pack enough punch. I'm not scared. I just want to find somewhere safe to call for reinforcements.
Don't even think about it.
GRR. Decent shot. Chain air charges just now were too weak. Took less from that than a slug bite. And how about now? Wait, you're the attackers? You must be crazy to seriously. Of course we're serious. What's that thing you say? Clear.
Nice work, but give us a heads up next time. Doc, Yana, keep moving per Tequila's directions to the bulk of the hostages. Hostage safety is priority 1. No rash action in a bad situation. I'll lead the others to sweep the 1st floor of defenders. Then we'll rendezvous with you. Copy. Diaz Techno. Let's go. Diaz?
Look at all this art. Piel Adul is throwing a Javelin Minoan statue. This one's a pure gold, gilded enamel revolving vase from Yan. And a manuscript from the great Ursan author Sergei Kotowaivi. Let me see which one of his it is. A receiver electrifying or in the mire of the heart. Damn it all. This is the one. Raynell has it in his collection. He and Mateo are two kinds of scoundrels. One's blowing it up, one's selling it all. Nothing, but whatever. We'll leave it to the next guys to sort out. Let's move. A pulse. A pressing pulse. In a deathly silent room. There's but a rapidly, incessantly pounding heart and naught else. Safe and not else. Stay back. I'm not letting you in. You come in and we'll take you with us. But the noise is gone. She's gone. You T-Tot. What a scary scene. What was this flick called? Oh, Panic at the Museum, the Sancte Slaughter. This is the one by that Arcades E-director who lives in Colombia. Figures they made the villain a Sancte in this one then. Looks like Raynell's security isn't too busy most of the time. Guess all he can do is sit here watching tapes and fantasizing about murders taking place in his gallery. But for them though, the way El Capitan sees it, everyone worth anything is downstairs moving stuff already. Meanwhile, you've got us, who don't really care two ways about him, and we get to sit here on cushy guard duty.
There's trouble downstairs. I want a report from anyone who knows what. ASAP.
Trouble?
There's gunfire and explosions down there. People on the 6th floor heard it. What's going on with you? Are you blind or deaf?
I told you to turn the volume down a little, but no you wouldn't. Shut up you. I'll contact downstairs straight away. Nope. Not getting through.
Would I be asking you if I could? I want you to figure out what happened downstairs immediately. If there are troublemakers, flatten them. If they're fighting their way in, I want them out. Getting the art into the trucks is our highest priority.
Oh go, Scardolo, don't. Nobody who goes downstairs ever comes back. That Sancte woman's gone crazy. I saw her kill everyone in a public bathroom, and now she's after our lives. As waves of screams and shrieks emanate from the TV, the 7 or 8 soldiers in the one cramped surveillance room all look at each other in dismay.
Good news. Defenders in the surveillance room haven't noticed our drones. Most hostages inside are in shock, and it appears the defenders have robbed them too, but at least there are no casualties, and emotions seem manageable. Defenders have noticed something's not right downstairs. I assume they reported to their superiors just now, but clearly none are willing to leave what must seem like their safe little panopticon.
You keep monitoring them, I'll contact Tella. We'll discuss countermeasures.
Hey, Gabi, what's going on? What the hell is all the ruckus downstairs? I don't know. Oh, no my ass. You've spent long enough quick dawdling. I'm just minding my surroundings. I just got to the stairwell entrance. Her voice is trembling, Huvian. What? Did the spooky movie get to you? Shut up, B. Besides, I don't see you down here. It's always like this. You guys shove everything onto me. Gabi? Abby? No, we can't let anyone else go downstairs. Aren't you watching in the surveillance room? That tame ad woman didn't even have to touch her. He just unloaded into the receiver when Scardalo picked up and turned her into a pile of.
What's the situation? Have you figured it out?
Sir, we sent a man on recon, and he just suddenly stopped responding.
You useless sacks.
Yes, sir. How about you send someone else to the 1st floor? We really can't spare a single man.
No response means you keep sending people down, or I stop on the 2nd floor to shoot you all dead before heading down there myself.
Nobody move. Out. 2. Empty. Every scout we sent is gone missing. One by one may be the 1st floor's haunted.
What an imagination you have. Get a little sleep for now.
What's he at? Hey, Ramon? Ramon, you gotta say something. Upped again. That's the 4th one. Good times for men. Every time, as soon as they get downstairs, they just... No one picks up on that sentence. The terminals have all been tossed into one corner of the room. On occasion, the indistinct bellows of El Capitan emanate from the pile, but nobody is giving them a response anymore. Maybe it's because they went one at a time, so we were just feeding them one by one too. So how many do you want to do each time? That Sanctame ad woman, her mind's not right. She's a homicidal maniac, She's outside the door. She's smiling at us through the access surveillance cam. Male, just hang the intercom up. She can't get in. She's pointing her gun at me. She's pulling the trigger. All she can do is wreck the cam. Just calm down. W what the... Mao, dead? Is that a bullet hole? How about we watch a different tape? The two stare at each other with slackened gazes for a moment, before the worn-out soldier gets up, travels to another corner of the room, and grabs a random tape to shove into the recorder. The art investor here from Casimir's. Let's welcome our guest today, Mr. Raynel Kowalski, the new star of Das Souls' art scene. What did you put on this for? I didn't know they taped the TV on this one. Switch it out, switch it out. Hello, pleased to meet you new faces. And it's been a whole day, old faces. It's me, your host for this program. I don't do this, but I'm begging you, switch it again. Listening to this presenter makes my brain hurt. These 3 tapes are all we've got. Today's episode is a special for all you tourists here in Das Souls for the first time. A worn-out soldier firmly punches the eject button. Let's just finish watching the movie. You heathen lie, devils, your day of reckoning is come. I'm warning you, my grandpa's a big deal in KAZDL. You wouldn't want to see his witchcraft, even in death. H-A-H-A, don't you laugh so crooked. Witchcraft. And the firmament is filled by sunlight. When all dark across the land has disappeared without a trace, that is the twin moons will fall upon your cage beast cell. The dark will gush forth into your eyes, and there you will meet your demise.
Inhabiting Gemini.
Shuffling emits from the center of the room. A single soldier, biting his lip, shivering head to toe, hands clenched tight, turns his gaze away from the screen. And with a shudder, over his shoulder, he sees inside the room, out of nowhere, a bizarre woman. He sees that woman's complexion and her hair, both just as pale. He sees that woman point at him with a tremendous firearm the likes of which he's never seen before. No surveillance can meet it now. Those ash bullets can pierce straight through his heart in an instant. He sees that woman standing there, and yet it is as though she's somewhere else entirely, as though she doesn't even draw breath. He sees that woman whose head is crowned. Ayala. Don't look back, because I am right. Behind you. A soldier that has looked back lets out a breathless wail, leading the others to nervously follow where his gaze has gone on. H-T-H-E-R-E-Z-N-O-S-U-C-H-T-H-I-N-G-S-A-S-G-S-J-O-S-T-S. The soldier's senses tell him his shot landed, but the bolt meets no obstruction as it continues its trajectory, passing straight through the woman's body. Just like that, she vanishes, and only the after image of the halo above her head still. I-Y-A-I-A-I-I-R-R-D-D-T-8. Sir, report, it's a sancte. The enemy's a sancte with spatial movement arts. She's a homicidal maniac. Her mind's not right. She can shoot people dead through surveillance cam.
Clear. I didn't think just turning the lights out when the Gemini got hit would be enough to spread that much panic.
Meanwhile, on the TV in the corner of the room, the sancte continues the silver screen massacre. Kill. I'll cut off your horns and hang them as chimes upon the layer in itself. Thank you all so much.
Stop wasting breath. Beat those feet.
Right. Huh? Who's that you're carrying? He got beat up for resisting, and he's still concussed. Faster if I give him a ride. Wow, nice to see some tough stuff among these guys. By the way, we're in Exhibition Hall 2 of the Gala right now. Did you get to see that manuscript you wanted? Completely forgot about that, evacuating all these people. Manuscript? Emma Bards. Pamphlet says it's the highlight of the collection for Hall 2. Know where it is. I caught sight of it just now. It's on the other end of the hall. I can take you over if you'd like. Lead the way then. Sir, you can put me down now? Or concussed, aren't you? Just point the way. It'll be faster.
Evac of Hull hostages almost complete. Things went smoothly thanks to your Gemini replicator. I didn't know we'd get a break that lucky. It was just meant to be bait. That's all. I was expecting they'd unload all their firepower on the replicate like the community people did.
All I can say is it took up a good position. And those defenders chose a good movie to pass the time.
Defenders outside the gallery are all swept now. What do we do next? Head to the 3rd floor and rescue Ernesto.
Wait up. That don't matter. Whatever, you can't go any further that way.
What happened? Oh, Mr. MOSZ? Not with Raynel after all then. Situation's urgent. Tell us anything surplus after the fact. You need to leave the gala at A.S.
You're not going to interrogate me for any useful information.
We're out of time for that.
I want to make a deal. I'll give you some information. And I'm hoping that after you have this information.
We can rescue Raynel. Mr. Me OSC, if Raynell hadn't set up the bombs, this terrorist attack may never have come to fruition in the first place.
Raynell couldn't wire the entire Gaoler with bombs on his own. He suggested the idea. That's all. I imagine you know who carried the deed out. I know the timing on the bombs, and how to most efficiently disarm them.
And that's how you plan to coerce us.
You aren't the type to suffer coercion. I'm just hoping my willingness to cooperate can pull together a lifeline for it.
All right. Tell us what you know then.
They're time bombs, set to go off this morning at 10 a.m. If you want to stop them, you need to take care of 4 nodes along the detonator line. One of the 4 is in the basement, one's in a dark room on the 3rd floor, one's on the balcony on the 6th floor, and one is in the ventilation shaft in Raynell's own office.
Sounds almost true.
The one in the basement is most complicated. I suggest one of you go there with me.
I will.
Good. Techno, take the others. Keep searching for any more places where hostages might be hiding. Diaz, Catapult, you handle one each of the 3rd and 6th floor nodes. Doc, Yana, and I will keep heading for the top. We'll buy more time to disarm the penthouse node.
The 3rd floor arc room's relatively hard to find. It's right above this hall, effectively, but getting there's a nightmare. I need pen and paper to draw a quick map of the route.
No need. I'll take it.
Ernesto!
Leave the darkroom to me on Darlata.
The 6th floor node is in the stairwell. There's a wall that'll look suspicious and be very easy to break down.
Leave that to me. Phew. I'm finally here, and it's just you two left. So, how do you feel seeing the manuscript? Wait. Why are you carrying him now? You okay? As soon as he saw the manuscript, he cried so hard he couldn't even breathe, and eventually passed out from his tears. It was all I could do to bear him on my back instead. He passed out. Doc, we need you. Someone's fainted here.
Just cried himself out. His emotions likely overwhelmed him upon seeing the manuscript of his dreams. Let him rest for a while in fresh air and he'll be fine.
If you say so.
That's every card up my sleeve. It's all yours now.
Noted. What happens if we fail? What if we aren't able to rescue him?
In that case, I'll stay behind and keep him company. I hope you can save the others before then, Miss Ella. I don't want any more people than necessary in here.
Right, I've pulled the metal casing off. Inside, there's a total of... POSC, you crackpot. There's 12-volt bomb wires here. What? The one in the basement has over 40 connections? Whatever. I'll settle this later. Right now, I just need to wire one by one, right? Yeah, got it. Unscrew as fast as possible. Half-connected states can send the explosives runaway easy. Understood. Ella, how's things on your side? Small band of resistance on the 4th floor still. Diaz stops talking, wipes the sweat off his forehead, and focuses on dealing with the chaotic nest of wires at hand. He has to decouple fast, and unscrew the connectors right after, using an insulator to cover up the naked wires and avoid any short circuits. In a trance, his days with the Singha's army flowed through his mind, where his job was always to secure the connectors in. He furrows his brows and smacks his lips, hands never stopping. What happened then has nothing to do with now. Now he's no more than a firefighter in the middle of bomb disposal. The wires are more or less decoupled by now. Just to left, and all risk of explosion in this area is gone. He's gotten a handle of how to most quickly twist these connectors off. Push down for the first half, spin slowly, then start turning with all his might for the second half until it's off. He counts down the rotations on the second connector. Now just 7, 6, 5. Geez, that old man. 2 of El Capitan's men charge for the old firefighter with sabers in hand, while 3 crossbows are poised on the floor above. The old firefighter's hands freeze upon the connector, and for a spell, he's somehow not sure if he's meant to twist one way or the other.
Stage 8 beginning. The clock is ticking. Ella, who is temporarily separated from her squad, decides to head up to the top floor alone. She finds unexpected aid when she encounters a group of rooted soldiers, successfully reaches the balcony before time is up, and begins the final showdown with the already insane Capitan.
Sir, we brought the hostage.
It really is you, old man.
He put up a fierce fight and even wounded one of our men, but we didn't hold back. We made him bleed.
All right, you did a pretty good job out there. Now get back to work. What is it?
Capitan, the fact that this old man made it up to the 6th floor means that there must be a lot of them. We might not be able to.
Might not be able to what? let me be clear with all of you. If this doesn't come together, we're done for.
One other thing. I have no idea what this guy was doing, with all these wires running inside the wall.
Stop asking questions and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
All right, Diaz. What brought you and your men over to the Galera?
You already know the answer to that, Mateo. We've rescued the hostages, and your minions have been taken out. It won't be long until all of Das Souls knows that it was you who orchestrated and staged this terrorist attack. Basically, you're finished.
You can't fool me.
You can't think you're going to ship those art pieces for a quick buck, can you? Listen, of all the trucks you brought, only a single one is loaded, and we've already got the driver and guard. Your get-rich-quick scheme is ruined.
What?
If you don't believe me, just ask the men you sent downstairs. We already knew about the bombs, so let's wrap things up here before they blow.
The bombs. Raynell, when are your bombs supposed to go off? Give me the time. Tell me when the bombs go off. Raynell, talk. Are you a deaf mute now? If you're that desperate to get blasted to pieces, I can fulfill your wish right here and now.
10 o'clock. Give it up, Mateo. You'd better figure out what you're going to do because there's not much time left. If you have a shred of sanity left, let me out of these cuffs. Are for bomb caches in the building, 3 of which we have under control. They'll be defused in no time. We're short the one in the ventilation shaft of Raynell's office.
Miserable old man. If I find out you're lying to me, you're dead meat.
The Captain swears viciously and grabs the terminal before striding over into the shadow by the wall of the office. The old firefighter looks up at the sky. Raynell finds his usual posture, leaning comfortably beside a huge painting. An awkward silence lingers over the balcony.
Yes.
So you can still speak after all.
How do you know when the bombs are supposed to go off? Who told you?
Why? Are you upset you can't use explosives to turn your investors' money into scrap paper?
It doesn't make a difference. There's another node in the ventilation shaft. It might not be enough to destroy the artwork downstairs, but it is enough to turn this whole gallery into rubble and send that money up in smoke.
It's also enough to end the lives of the men up here on the balcony.
In the face of what I'm about to accomplish, does that really matter?
Diaz.
Oh, she has already steeled herself. Ella can't help but feel a chill grip her heart the moment she sees what's in front of her. A large hole has been dug out on the side of the stairwell, and the multitude of metallic appendages protruding from it sprawl over the ground, a number of them crushed by people who had fallen to the ground. But even more conspicuous is the blood spilled on the floor of the stairwell. A trail of blood that has already begun turning black around the hole it emerges from extends all the way upstairs. Before Ella can pick up her terminal to report the situation, the ground beneath her suddenly starts shaking.
Oh no.
Ella, what's going on up there?
It's as you feared. The explosives in a half-connected state went out of control and started detonating, causing a small-scale collapse.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine, but the sight of the explosion doesn't look good. It might get in the way if...
Ella walks down a few steps. Before she can finish her sentence, the gravel and rubble tightly choking the stairwell comes squarely into view.
What happened just now? What exactly is the situation up there?
The collapse caused by the explosion has completely sealed off the stairwell between the 5th and 6th floors. Considering that Raynell bastard designed only one stairwell to the upper levels of Galer Akritsotusha, and his elevator is out of commission, I'm cut off from the rest of you. Doc and I are here at the explosion to my god. What is this?
Solutions first. Can the stairwell be cleared with the tools you have?
Ella tries to push the large slab of concrete in front of her.
Not easily.
Wait for me. I'll be there in a second. Techno and MiOSC are also on the way. We're going to find a way to clear the rubble.
But it's 935 right now. We're running out of time. I'll break through and make my way up. You guys follow after me as soon as you clear the rubble. If you can't do that in time, I'll at least find a way to get Diaz out safely. Wait, Ella? That's way too dangerous.
Carefully, Ella.
I'll give it to you. Straight clearing through the debris might take longer than expected.
My point exactly. We can't sit around waiting for Diaz to get blown to pieces, can we?
Are you sure you can do this?
Of course. I trust all of you, and I also trust in myself.
Sounds good to me.
Ayana? Doc? Looks like nobody can stop you.
Please be careful.
Thanks. Static. My communicator seems like it's about to die. Foos, after we get out of this mess, make sure to charge it up for me.
I've about had it with this stupid place. climbing stairs on my first day, and now I'm still climbing stairs on my last. If you want out, then pick up the pace. Also, what was that loud noise with the tremors just now? Seemed like the whole building was shaking. But wasting time, hurry up and head down. The soldiers, eager to head downstairs, suddenly run into Ella in the not-so-wide corridor. Both sides immediately raise their weapons. Ella aims her muzzle at the leader, but her target is the only one among the soldiers who does not respond. Out of the way, Raynell's bodyguard. We're short on time.
What a coincidence. I'm in the same boat.
Wait, didn't tell Captain tell us to. Shut up. Bodyguard, you saw the hole in the wall and those wires on the 6th floor, didn't you? What is that?
Explosives. Raynell planted enough explosives in the building to flatten the whole place. Now out of my way.
Oh, I knew it. The irate soldier heads down the stairs with increased urgency, while the others stand there in a daze, not having grasped the link between the art gallery and the bombs. Ella also pays them no heed. She tries to push past the group of soldiers with her shoulders. Hold on. This isn't right. Stop that woman right now. Hurry. Despite their bewilderment, the soldiers still subconsciously spring to carry out the order, grouping up to surround Ella.
What are you getting at now?
Ko, the path right under us is blocked. You know how to get out of this place, right? Take me with you. Hurry. Otherwise, we're both going to die here. Ella swears under her breath. The men in front of her clearly can't be reasoned with. Yet she is the one caught in the most disadvantageous position.
I finally got through. Hurry up and report. Now, Conky to UMR. Did everyone go deaf today?
Sir, have you known about the explosives in the art gallery this entire time?
It was news to me too. Just give me your report now. We have ways of dealing with the explosives.
There's nothing to report.
WHAT.
If I had to say something, it'd be that the only staircase going down is completely sealed off. Over. A soldier slams the communicator into the ground in a fit of rage. No one is taking orders from El Capitan anymore, so you'll get us out of here, right? You must know the way out.
You've got it wrong. I'm going upstairs to save a life, not running for my own.
Up the act already. There's no way you're fooling all of us. You must know the way out. The leader's words become more and more jumbled, but the rooted soldiers start to understand, one after another, laying the GRZ mines, getting out of the blast zone, then swiftly coursing her way out before the soldiers can act. Ella has planned it all out in her head. Her actions might invite another group of pursuers, but there is no other option. With each second she wastes here, Diaz's peril continues to grow continuous.
Grenade out. Brace for impact.
At almost the same instant the order leaves her lips, Ella leaps and vaults over the stair handrails. Just on the other side of the ignored wall, a grenade soars through the air and finds a place to lodge itself, ripping apart the surface. The soldiers, their attention drawn away by Ella, do not notice the wall behind them until they are bowled over by a surge of shattered bricks, sweltering heat, and shockwave. Before they can turn their weapons to the gaping hole in the wall, or even stand, the well-trained squad has already rushed in under the cover of their ballistic shields.
Go.
Langs perceives fire. Hostile down. Stragglers at 3 o'clock. Hostile down. One more below us. Watch for friendly fire. Clear.
Did work. Ella, are you alright?
Cohen, Tina, KDZ, Alex, and Rive.
See? I told you Ella would be inside. We couldn't have come at a better time.
Looks like we have a good number of stragglers on our tail outside the stairwell. How's the situation on your end?
I was just on my way to the roof to free the hostage. Explosives go off at 10 o'clock.
Where are the others?
The smaller explosion before sealed off the only staircase.
Understood. We'll trace your steps after we finish off the hostiles pursuing us.
Hey, thank you all so much, really. Words aren't enough.
To be honest, Diaz, I was rather fond of what you people were doing in the street or community.
And you think now is the time to bring that up?
If not now, when? Which side would you take on the subject of explosives?
You've lost your mind.
I'm being serious. You've got some good stuff over there.
Are you not afraid of death at all?
I've already fulfilled my life's calling. What is there to be afraid of? And again, you seem pretty composed yourself. At least, nothing like that lily white captain over there. Why is that?
I found a place where I truly belonged, and lived out a long enough life there. If I managed to survive this mess the two of you joined hands to make, I'd like to see my community rise again from the ashes. If not, all I can say is too bad.
You have that much confidence in the street artists?
Simple answer. They're my family, and I know them well. As long as we're together, anything is possible. But do you not have any people like that around you?
I did. But when we were together, we only ever did what I wanted.
Mateo, your people should have told you what you need to know on the phone, so you should understand the situation. Hurry up and let me disarm the node. At least that way, neither of us has to die.
Not going to happen, old man.
Mateo turns to Raynell, who is leaning to the side, a somewhat twisted expression on his face as he grabs a golf club.
Raynell, you wouldn't want your carefully crafted fireworks show to go to waste, right? We'll make a 2-in-1 deal. You promise me that you'll blow this place to bits at the scheduled time, and I'll let you and the old man over there hold onto your lies. I know you're the only person who can access the elevator in your office. Nobody else. Not even me OSC. Now, all you need to do is give me the elevator key and let me go down, and I'll let you and the old man leave, considering.
Mateo glances at the clock above his head. It reads 950.
We have plenty of time. Don't go quiet on me now. You two were so chatty a minute ago.
Raynell blinks a few times.
You really want me to say what I think?
Of course.
Mateo, do you know my greatest fear? What I'm most worried about here?
The elevator key. Now, Leia.
My greatest fear is that the filthy blood flowing out of your corpse could seep into the rubble and pollute all the art.
Shut up, and give me the key.
Mateo, stop. What are you doing?
Don't move, or I'll mess you up too.
You okay? Kuh. It's fine, Diaz. Let the sad little man, cough, blow off some steam.
The key. Don't make me say it again.
You know, Mateo, I just thought of the perfect analogy.
I didn't ask.
You're like a bloated burden beast that has broken into a solemn memorial hall, stinking up the whole place without a care in the world. So proud of yourself as you watch everyone cover their mouths and noses with their handkerchiefs. You feel like you are the one in control, since they're all acting that way because of you. Just like right now. You think that as long as you offer me a deal, I'll give in to your coercion because I'm desperate to escape. You think that old Diaz and I will watch you disappear down the elevator, and despair as we struggle to get downstairs. Isn't that right? Unfortunately, at the end of the day, a burden beast is nothing more than a domesticated animal.
I said, shut up.
If you're in that much of a hurry to make it downstairs, I'd suggest jumping down the elevator shaft.
I said TUP.
In a fit of rage, Mateo strikes Raynell with a heavy blow to the back. Diaz, his hands still bound, tries to rush up to Mateo, but is kicked away.
Don't get too excited. The two of you can settle down. After all, we're going to become monuments to Gaylor Kritzotusha in a few short minutes.
TUP.
Mateo lifts the golf club in his hand high up into the air again, this time taking him at the back of Raynell's head.
Frag grenade out.
Throwing flash bang.
Who's that?
For a moment, a loud boom and a blinding light fill the spacious balcony. After the dizziness and tinnitus gradually fade away, the people on the balcony see a woman furious, yet nevertheless silent, step out from behind the wall. There once was a painting there, now replaced only by the smoldering remnants of a frame. The canvas, blasted to pieces, swirls around the woman as if her silent rage had converged into a firestorm.
Successfully broken through to the balcony on the top level of the art gallery. 3 individuals on the balcony, Diaz Gons Elizy, Raynell Kowalski, and a sad little clown. Everyone, cover me. This will be our final mission.
Stage A10s. The balcony is about to be engulfed in an explosion. Ella and company managed to escape successfully, but Raynell, who is planning to remain on the balcony, decides at the last minute to save himself. After the crisis is resolved, the artists decide to throw their own celebration in the gallery.
Well done. But now what? What will this accomplish? Now, all of us are doomed to die here together.
Ella ignores the man who lies collapsed on the ground and howls like a beast in the throes of death as she swiftly walks over the edge of the balcony.
We're going to bend the rules a bit for the next part. I'll grab one of the hostages and rappel through the windows below, and I need a volunteer from us to do the same.
Oh shoot, forgot to bring the stuff with us when we left Rhodes Island.
Seriously?
Calm down, I was just cracking a joke, but there's a better way.
What better way?
Put this on. It's a multifunctional jet gliding backpack we had Closure make for us back at Rhodes Island.
Looks like one of those life vests you can get on airplanes.
That was the inspiration for its design. But as for what it does, thanks to Closure, it not only expands into a glider for distance, but also has a jetpack functionality for landing.
And you're sure this thing works?
How else would we have been able to get inside this building from the 6th floor? In any case, put it on. Give the handle on the bottom a good pull, leave the top one alone, and it'll get you safely to the ground. This one's yours, Ella.
Thanks for the help.
Mr. Diaz, this one's for you. The old firefighter neatly straps the backpack on himself. And as for Mr. Raynell here, let's shoot Sella a questioning glance, but Ella simply shrugs her shoulders.
I promised someone that I'd save this guy's life, if I had the chance.
And this one's for you. Raynell catches the backpack but simply stares at it without putting it on. Sir, I think you should put it quickly. I like jokes as much as the next guy, but it's best not to joke around too much with your life on the line.
I recall that Ella over there said not too long ago she couldn't protect a man who plays jokes with his life. Back then, I said that she had the wrong idea, since I still had work to do. But now, my work is all finished, so does it really matter if I joke around with my life?
Just put the damn thing on and stop being an idiot.
Raynell shrugs as well before putting the backpack on. Follow my lead. Everyone who hasn't used one before, pay close attention. Raynell retreats to steps, watching Blitz plummet from the edge of the balcony, wobbling around in midair as he flutters his way down. Next up is Diaz. The tall man with the accent somewhat similar to Fuz's pats him on the shoulder before helping him pull the handle. The people on the balcony leave one by one, until only Raynell and Ella remain. Raynell still seems to be hesitant, so Ella activates both of their jetpacks before pulling Raynell to leap off the balcony.
Wait, Raynell, what are you doing?
As I said, what's wrong with joking around with my life?
Raynell takes off the backpack and goes into freefall. Ella's shot resounds in his ears and she seems to grab onto his leg for a moment, but gravity quickly pulls him into its embrace. Raynell does not know whether it is the swimming pool or cold concrete that will greet him at the end of his trip. But this time, he has no safety rope or backpack. He tries to taste the difference between his weightlessness in this moment and bungee jumping. Whether or not he is trembling, and whether this trembling is commensurate with the destruction he has wrought. But before he can form any conclusions, he feels a round object squeeze its way into his hand, followed by a blunt pain in his back. Forced to open his eyes against the strong wind, Raynell vaguely catches a flash of Origin IUM arts, simultaneously feeling a number of small, hard balls pressing against his body in a struggle against gravity.
Golf balls?
He does not know if he was suddenly gripped by an urge to survive, or if the golf balls are exacting one last insult upon him. But whatever the case, Raynell accepts it. The golf ball in his hand emits a similar light, drawing an increasing number of other golf balls in the vicinity towards his back like magnets, slowing his fall. Raynell, after plunging into the swimming pool, bobs up and down a few times in the water, before finally floating to the surface. More precisely, a mat of densely packed golf balls is floating atop the water's surface, with Raynell lying on his back atop it. He stands up steadily from the floating golf ball mat, even hopping back onto dry island in a single step.
Me OSC. Where are you? I know you're here. Ella, where's me OSC?
No idea. Haven't heard from him. Stand still. Where do you think you're going?
I need to find me OSC. I need to get to the bottom of this.
You think you can just walk away?
What are you going to do, arrest me?
Nobody here has that authority, but you should at least give an explanation to the people swept up in this situation.
Swept up? I never intended for any of you people to be swept up in the first place. This was meant to be an artwork of destruction, harming nobody but the investors who deserve it. Mateo drunk off his ambitions, and Diaz, who can't mind his own business. Oh, and of course you. Your people were responsible for bringing us, step by step, to the situation we are in now.
What does that make you then? An honorable rebel, an artist?
Why both, of course.
I'll give it to you, you certainly are a rebel. But there's not an honorable cell in your body. You're rotten to the core. What was that stunt you pulled on the balcony? Throwing away your only shot at being rescued was your idea of rebelling. What do you think death is? A way to show how world-weary you are. Is it cool to tiptoe around the brink of death? Making me OSC, and all the other people who still care whether you live or die worry. Is that your idea of rebellion?
You're grasping at straws just to give yourself a way to vent your frustrations.
Sure, of course you disagree. You think it's all a bit of good, dumb fun that doesn't matter in the end, and wasting other people's investment money was your real form of rebellion.
Ah yes, won't someone think of the investors' money? You must have a fantastic solution that doesn't involve anyone getting hurt.
Don't you know? Nobody will see your explosions as any lamentation of art. All they'll see is a raving lunatic. You've got your father's inheritance money. You've got dozens of ways to express yourself, to satirize, to rebel. But you've chosen the laziest option, the one least likely to ever reach any hearts.
That's simply their inability to understand.
What's the point of your so-called art and rebellion if nobody can understand it? You hate your father, sure, but have you actually thought through how to really rebel against him? Or are empty gestures of rebellion enough for you?
Who even cares at this point? Probably only you.
You're awful.
As if that's news to you.
Oh no, I always knew you were. An awful jackass, through and through. You're allowed to care about nothing, that's your prerogative. But me OSC cares. He went so far as to tell me what happened to your mother, just to get me to help you.
Me OSC?
He told me that your mother was a true artist, and that you used to take after her when you were younger.
Used to.
What else? Do you think you resemble her in the slightest now? A man who loves art would destroy the works of countless masters just to show how much of a rebel he is. Art can be for truth, for good, for beauty, for fighting evil, or just for art's sake. Doesn't matter. It means something different to everyone. But if making your so-called art means burning everyone else's work, and maybe even their lives, isn't that just pure evil? A round of explosions, a landscape of wreckage, a lump of chaos. Is that the art you say you're dedicating to everyone? Ask yourself, what would your mother have thought of all this? Would she be proud of what you've done? Seriously, Raynell, grow up already.
Ella throws a punch, and it lands squarely in Raynell's face. Raynell's whole body wobbles, and he falls straight back into the swimming pool. Ella steps away from the side of the pool, but Raynell still feels the gaze of another pair of eyes. A blurry figure seems to be standing on the other side of the pool, looking at him from afar. He cannot discern if the look on that man's face is one of concern or sadness. The morning sun is dazzling, and he can't see clearly, but he feels with certainty that the gaze resembles his mother's. He turns his eyes toward the sky, no longer looking at that figure. The man lingers for a moment before leaving quietly, wearing a sorrowful expression. Perhaps he never would be the son who makes his mother proud. Perhaps that man would not be willing to remain at his side. In the end, he is still alone. When he thinks on this, all the paranoia and grievance that had tormented him all this time suddenly seem insignificant. He left in the end. In this moment. That is the only thought on Raynell's mind. Everything inside taken care of?
The Das Souls police sure took their sweet time, but they rushed over very quickly the moment they heard the danger had passed. Especially when they say, just leave the rest to us. Really makes them seem like the most reliable force in the world.
What about the block stairwell? Did they clean that up too?
They have some people who specialize in origin IUM arts for that purpose. Feels a bit like cheating.
You'll get used to it soon enough.
I'm curious, though. How did you come to show up at that exact time, precisely on the floor above the blockage point?
The timing was pure coincidence. As for why we managed to thread the needle location-wise, Tequila sent a message to the mayor at the same time he reached out to us. When we arrived at the mayor's office, she was already observing the scene lit from multiple angles, both inside and out.
Wait, she had eyes on the inside among the hostages.
More or less. She told us a frontal assault wouldn't work, then generously gave us the green light to jump in from Das Souls' tallest building. In fact, we wanted to drop in right on the balcony to give that captain a good scare, but didn't have the altitude to make it. Gotta work with what you have. The assembled crew turns to look at the balcony on the top floor of the art gallery. The fires have already been extinguished, and all that remains visible is the captain's limp arm, dangling precariously in the air.
Looks like the guy's luck ran out.
Before Doc can finish speaking, the arm suddenly springs to life, fingers curling as they claw at the air, seemingly being dragged away by something.
I take it back. He didn't fall off the edge, didn't die in the conflagration, and even managed to get saved by the police in the end. The guy's got the devil's luck.
How loud the Dos Souls PD want you to take Raynell over? I think they want to give you a special thank you letter and put you on EV or something.
I have to be seen on TV. With Raynell? Forget it.
Yeah, that's what Ernesto said too. He also said, don't get too cozy with the government here unless you plan on settling down in Dos Souls. If you catch Ms. Candle as I, things are only gonna get extra tricky for you.
Well, have them take Raynell away themselves.
That works. It don't seem like they have much else on their hands right now anyway.
All right, let's head out and take a look around. This city might be all about the glitz and glamour, but it's not without its flashes of real brilliance.
It's not bad. When you stop by Rhodes Island to resupply, we'll show you around.
Speaking of Rhodes Island, Doc, when you visit, I'll need you to put on a few extra pieces of clothes, plus a hood. And I'll take you to HR to ask for a bigger budget for our team. And you just nod along with whatever I say. Act natural, especially when I call you by your name. The people who had arrived on Terra previously, as well as Catapult, were stunned for a few moments before all breaking out in laughter.
See? There's this Rhodes Islander who...
Come on now, Cohen. Where's the fun in spilling the beans this early?
Fair enough. In any case, it's great seeing all of you again.
Sure, it really makes me realize just how long it's been.
The sky is clear, and a gentle breeze blows in from the artificial sea. Though the draft is hot and humid, it is somehow also quite refreshing. A warm, friendly din comes from Gaylor Akritso Tisha behind her. Where am I? You're finally awake. What are you doing in my house? Oh wait, this isn't my house, it's... Chet, gee, give me a hand. We need to evacuate everyone. There are bombs in the building. They've been out cold this entire time. Both the Capit and Andranel have been arrested, the bombs have been defused, and it's time to celebrate. Huh? Other days locals also began sitting up, one by one, looking around in confusion. The exhibition hall has become a lively carnival for artists. Most conspicuous of all is the center of the hall, now converted into a dance floor where people are romping and reveling. And all around the dance floor without borders, graffiti on self-extending canvas, sprawling cables laid out for rock and roll, popcorn movie reels. Even the food carts are available to all. Artists, hostages, and even the police officers who are here to handle the case stop by. Bro, you've got to try this extra deep dish demon pepper pizza, fresh out of the oven. They aren't even charging for it. Don't just stand there all stone-faced. This food's so good it's gonna make you cry. Hey, I'm doing you a favor here and you're still giving me that stink eye. What, you from Syracuse or something? What does being Syracuse and or not have to do with anything? I just realized you're the little shit who spray-painted my police car. Now that you mention it, meh, what's the big deal anyway? Here, try a bite of this pizza first. If you didn't do a good job getting everyone evacuated, I would drag you down to the station. The police officer takes a big bite of the pizza, and remarkably, a streak of tears actually flows down his cheeks. It's just the pure spice that makes you cry, isn't it? Or are you flying, tired foul beast? Or it's tomorrow's wind? I thought you were just another greedy jerk, but it turns out you can rock out after a couple glasses of wine, huh? What are you on about? I was the lead singer in my alma mater's rock band. If only the folks back home didn't put so much pressure on me. You think I like nodding along and kissing us? The old fart's not around, right? Let me tell you straight up, the guy loves surprise inspections more than anything else, peeking at what you're doing on your terminal. If you're not working, he takes it straight out of your salary. Last time, I shut off my terminal just as he was coming by. He got mad and started demanding that I turn it back on. But lo and behold, it was nothing but pages and pages of work. He was so mad, he tried to kick my chair. The hell did you just say? Huh? You tell me. That's the whole truth right there. Here you go, boss. The drunk man pops open a bottle of beer with his ear, an act that wins him raucous applause, and pours it all over the livid old man. We really struck the jackpot this time. We not only got to see Raynell's announcement, but also visited the Gaylora, and now we even got to participate in a pop-up street artist festival. This is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but we might not had the same luck without Mateo. Are you serious, amigo? And then no, of course not. I was just making an offhanded remark. We're all adults here, so watch what you say. You got it. Let's head over to the dance floor.
Hap, why are you sitting over here instead of joining in the celebrations?
Because I'm getting old, and already had my share of excitement this morning. Wouldn't want to get in the way of the use.
I'll go do my own thing there.
Go ahead, have a good time with the others. Ecno shrugs and heads towards the dance floor, her small frame quickly disappearing into the crowd. The old firefighter squints his inebriated eyes, involuntarily tapping along to the rhythm of the music as he watches the never-ending parade of people on the dance floor. That is, until a man approaches him from the other end of the exhibition hall, exuding an aura completely incongruous with the gaiety and joyousness of the event.
Hey, Diaz. Congratulations. You got to hold your party at my place after all.
Problem with that?
Plus, I'm not going to let a little provocation get to me.
Sounds nice. Wanna take the dance floor for a song or two?
I'll pass.
Oh, your dance partner isn't here. He doesn't seem to want to dance with you anymore.
Nonsense. What about you then? Why are you out here drinking by yourself? Where's your dance partner?
You're asking the wrong guy. If I wanted to dance, I'd have my pick of anyone in this hall right now. Anyone, except for you.
Stage Street 3. Raynell is deported, El Capitan goes on trial, and the Galera unexpectedly falls into the community's hands. Team Rainbow is stumped as they think on how to get home, and their future on Terra.
If I recall correctly, it's my lunch break now. So any interrogation will have to wait until late.
I'm not here for that.
It's you. What now? Does Rhodes Island want to trample on my corpse too? By all means.
I'm only here on behalf of Ms. Candela to inform you of Das Sol's decision on how to handle you. The Das Sol's mayoral office has determined that they will not try you for your crimes.
Let me guess. You're handing me over to the coalition government. Mateo's an idiot, but he's still the coalition's representative in Das Sol's. I've toyed with him so much the coalition is probably itching to tear me apart.
That's an accurate treating of your situation. The coalition government wants to haul you to La Unidad for a trial, just like Mateo.
A public trial. Great. I'm looking forward to it.
No, Seor Raynell. You're being sent back to Casimir's.
Come again?
The General Chamber of Commerce is pressuring Candela to send you back to Casimir's.
Comegin.
Your father's KGCC contacts pulled some strings, and you no longer have to remain in Das Sol's. So instead of heading to La Unidad, you can go home.
No, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to that utterly despicable, depraved, and deplorable.
You don't have a say here, Seor Raynell. It's your own reckless actions bringing you wherever your final destination may be. You have to swallow your medicine, be it sweet or bitter.
Old man, you're never going to leave me alone, are you?
Right? There's one more thing. You need to decide where your assets are going.
You say it like I have a choice in the matter. Hasn't Candela already used all the methods at her disposal to move them elsewhere?
Fixed assets that nobody dares to take. Just write any name on this transfer contract.
Fine. I'll just write the name of whoever wanders by next.
Seor Diaz, what are you doing here?
Identifying Mateo's men, the ones who were playing hostage earlier. And you? What did you call me for? Need something? Adios then.
Say. Anyway, you haven't given a name yet, right? You can always take back what you...
I never go back on my word. This isn't such a bad choice. Let a genuine or lover have it.
Raynell really put that old firefighter's name on it?
Yes. I confirmed it one last time as I was escorting him out of Das Sol's, and he didn't change his mind.
He really inherited none of his father's qualities.
Honestly, he would probably appreciate that evaluation.
Of course, but I didn't mean it as a compliment.
Lady Candela, your coffee, as well as Ernesto's.
The aroma is so strong. What beans did you use for this, Seor Booker?
A triple dark roast blend Lady Candela has been drinking lately. Please enjoy.
Any plans to catch up with old friends, now that everything has died down?
I wasn't intending to bother anyone before I got to the city, actually.
Indeed you wouldn't have, if that whole ruckus didn't happen. But you know how it is in Das Sol's. Never a quiet day for us.
Yeah.
Just like now, Raynell's antics have dealt a heavy blow to the coalition government's influence. La Unidad has been issuing letters of protest, but they can only dream of getting Raynell and his assets. Das Sol's is not at their beck and call. The other two factions are also itching to get their hands on him. Oh, look at me. I seem to have slipped into a meaningless ramble.
No, not at all. This is very important information.
All right. Ernesto, have a taste and see if this blend is to your liking.
It's so strong. But the texture is fantastic.
Do elaborate.
I can discern each bean's species and aroma, but I can't tell which bean has the biggest ratio in the blend. All three aromas are fighting to come out on top, but soon they all converge into a strong and unified caramelized flavor.
Precisely. The main selling point of this blend is that the blend ratio isn't set in stone, but you still get that caramel flavor, as long as their proportions are roughly balanced.
I see.
So, does it suit your taste? Still can't decide? It's alright, the shop is just over there. You can always try a second cup, as long as you come back. They'll even modify the blend to your ideal ratio. Or you can ask them to brew you a cup with sparkling water.
You're joking.
A joke? I wouldn't say so. Because I really am looking forward to seeing what you choose, Ernesto.
Yo, Ernesto. Your chat with Mayor Candela took forever.
I had no choice. We go way back and have too many things to talk about.
She must still like you if you guys talked for that long.
I guess so.
Always clamping up so fast whenever it's time to talk about you.
Rafala won't tell you. Even if you ask.
How did you know I was gonna ask her? Do you have mind-reading arts or something?
It's written all over your face.
Ooh, scary man we have here.
By the way, I already knew this morning we would be late. And I appreciate that you've been waiting for me the whole time. But we've already missed our appointment with Diaz, you know.
Oh, shit.
Well then, Mr. Raynal Kowalski. Please get in the car while I fetch your luggage. Raynal sits in the back with a blank expression. The door shuts, and it feels slightly warm, so he takes off his coat and leans back as he begins to loosen his collar. A strange noise outside the car interrupts him, and he turns to look out the window. The General Chamber of Commerce employee lies on the ground unconscious. He then hears a tapping noise from the opposite window, and follows the sound to see a familiar face standing outside the car. Raynal rolls down the window and sees a pair of dark eyes.
Mind giving you a ride, sir?
And where are you wanting to go?
I'd always been up to you to decide.
You've been following me for a while. So maybe this time you take the lead and decide our destination. Do you really have nowhere you want to go, MIOSC?
It'll be the same as before. No matter where we go, yes.
Things are different this time. I'm broke, aside from the 2 suitcases in the trunk.
Then I'll drive until our fuel runs out, and we'll go wherever the car takes us.
Well, you're the one in charge now.
MIOSC smiles at Raynal and gets into the driver's seat, looking at the other face to the rearview mirror before starting the engine. There is a blend of confusion, delight and a slight hint of hesitation on Raynal's face.
You seem like you have something to ask me.
Why did you come back? Why didn't you leave?
Don't you already know the answer?
Maybe my question was to confirm that answer.
My patience might run out on you, and you'll find I'll leave pretty soon.
But not today.
No, not today.
MIOSC looks away from the mirror, starts the engine, and the silver car sets off. Aylor Akritzotush's exhibition hall is still the same as it was the other day. Shattered glass cases, scorched ground, cracks in the walls, colorful spotlights, wanton graffiti, and frantic music going wild. Everything is the same except the additional presence of a big round table in the center of the room. A grill sizzles on the table at the perfect temperature, emanating an enticing aroma. Well, why isn't anyone ordering? Not hungry.
I didn't expect you to turn the place into a barbecue restaurant.
The building got bombed into a war zone, and the art can't stay here anymore. So I thought, we might as well turn it into a side gig instead of leaving it empty. The TV stations in Dos Souls lost their moneymaker Raynal, so now they've started sticking their noses here and spreading rumors that none of our artists can cook and just survive on dried cactus. So I have to show them what true Balvarian cuisine is.
And I'll have one of those onion and mushroom meat skewers.
Make it too. Coming right up.
Mr. Diaz is really good at this.
I have to be honest, we've traveled all over Terra. But this is the first time we've tasted Balvarian BBQ.
Where have you all been?
We started from the Sarganian Desert, and after a brief stay on Rhodes Island where we got our Team Rainbow moniker, we each went off to a few more places. A Rhine forests of Sargon, the ice fields of Sami, Colombia's mines and cities, villages in the Ursistaga. Even so, we've only ever set foot on a small piece of these lands. My only regret is burying Levi Klitschko under the sands of Sargon along with his mad lab. If you're homesick, you'll have to start thinking of a different way to go back.
Have you found one?
Not even a lead.
I guess you wouldn't mind a few more traveling companions on your quest.
The more the merrier.
Lord, what is that?
Everyone, let me, on behalf of Lord, introduce this Ursus specialty beverage. There's a sudden noise outside the window. The members of Team Rainbow turn their heads full of food and drink toward the source of the noise, wondering what kind of trouble has erupted this time. And then, the first one to realize what is going on shrugs in resignation. App says it's our turn to dance our VUL Pomenuet today, so turn off your classical music. But Techno says she likes our triple meter waltz. Go and ask her if you don't believe me. She's over by the wall. Yeah, exactly. Come over here, Techno. What do you make of this?
Don't bother me with this kind of stuff. If you can spare the time to argue over what music to play, then maybe take a look at my work.
Your work, but your hand.
Oh, just come over and you'll see.
Wow. You drew this yourself?
I practiced a lot, and I'm finally used to drawing with my left hand.
Forget about the doodles and get your butt inside, Techno. You have to try this Ursus specialty beverage before they down the last drop of it. It's truly something else.